honey plant?
We're gonna start with this.
Yeah, it's a like dragon tree or something, you know. Okay. And I've had it for about almost a decade, and it was started out like probably this tall, and it was sitting in a corner over here, away from the sun, and not getting any light. And the last couple of months, it's been cleaned up and picked up, and I have the gnome who's farming amethyst down here on it, and recently just repotted it up in a pot that I had outside, and I'll maybe be able to see it down here. There we go. I filled it with cocoa, worm castings, some rock dust, some crushed oyster shell, the whole like kit and kaboom, tuper, royal gold tuper, and all of that fine stuff. Just basically a cocoa perlite mix with some worm castings, a little bit of minerals, and actually some little bit of play sand. On the bottom, I have some rocks and whatnot, and on the top, I have some rocks and whatnot. And basically, the top is mainly just for show. There's
decorations.
Yeah, it's all decoration. Over time, maybe it'll leach a little bit of mineral, but the bottom's for aeration because I don't want it to flood out or anything like that. And then that's it, man. Yeah, this sucker's coming back. Finally give it some sunshine and starting to grow upright, and kind of got moved around and just a couple months, and it's looking great. That's what happens with a little bit of love. Same with these little cannabis plants I got back here. This is going to go outside also. So I've been slowly trying to harden those off, but let's do introductions, guys. Cheers.
Yeah, I popped it live while Red was showing off his plant that he was bringing back from death, apparently. Spartan was doubting that it was alive. I think that's the backstory. So Red was showing that it is alive, and now we're here. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Skilby, you want to do it? Go ahead.
Welcome to the Bro Show Live, everybody. Glad you could join us. Hopefully you can hang out a little bit while. I do, man. It just doesn't feel right if I don't hit the line. Make sure in the beginning that you guys back out of chat. Make sure you hit the thumbs up and switch over to kick it over to Polarity Science real quick. Red, what's the next line?
Red, hit us with the chat.
Top chat, live chat, top chat. But if you are hanging out in chat, kick out live with us because you might miss something in top chat. I can't even say top chat. What's the word?
Lob chat.
Anyway.
Lob chat. Yeah.
Lob chat. Get into lob chat. Get into Lop Live, and Boogie down to groups. Spam. Oh shoot! Now it's looping on me. All right, there we go. Muted it. Okay, now I'm pulling up my stuff. All right, let's go. Who's next on introduction? You guys got me.
There's a Reggie Watts little moment there.
Goodness.
Thank you, Red. Everyone, please like the show. Check out our sponsors: 2020 Mendocino Easy Swap Pots, State Genetics for sweet genetics, sweet pots. Code MBGS at Easy Swap Pots. Let's go around the panel and introduce everyone. Painted Lady, welcome. Where can everybody find you?
Cheers, guys. Happy Sunday. And cheers, everybody in chat. Everybody can find me right here on Sunday and Monday nights on the Michigan Bros Grow Show and on Instagram and Cannabis at Painted Lady Gardens.
And you were on another show. You should shout that out real quick. That came out today, right?
Today the episode of Photosyntax Meet the Growers series dropped. So head on over there and check it out. It was about 45 minutes of me just blabbering. So yeah. Perfect. If I don't do enough of it here, you can go over there and check that out.
Yeah, if you want more Painted Lady, check her out there. Speaking of more of, welcome Spartan Grown. If you want to see more of Spartan Grown, you just saw 2 hours of them on a show right before this one. Welcome, sir.
What's up, guys? Sorry, I just got a text saying that I don't have to be to work till an hour later than I thought. So
nice.
Woo!
Party. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm Spartan. I've lost. I'm Spartan Grown. You can find me on Instagram at Spartan Grown, all one word, or you can shoot me an email if you don't do Instagram, spartangrown@gmail.com.
Thank you, sir. Dan? You were rolling a joint when I was going to introduce you last time. Are you ready?
Yes, I am. Keeping it short and simple. Dankman Dan. You can find me on Instagram. Find me Saturday nights at the Bro Show. Saturday mornings with the Bro Show. And Sunday nights with the Bro Show. Cheers, Chad.
Dan is medicated. He's been talking about his terps all day in the chat, so he's probably been testing them out.
It's been a busy day of cannabis today.
Good. Abolished. Welcome, brother.
What's up, guys? Cheers, girlskis. Cheers, fellow butt chuggers. Abolished Farms. You can find me on IG, YouTube, and where we see MBGS Productions. Hope everyone's having a dank night.
Fellow butt chuggers. I like it. Red, where can everyone find you?
At the Lion's Root.
Hello, everybody. The Lion's Root, the Lion's Den. You can find me right here on the Michigan Bros
That's
Grow
something else.
Show on Monday nights on the late sesh. 11 o'clock, there was Skilbo and the whole gang. Painted Lady, Spartan. Sequences Avatar likes to pop on through. So does his voice. And we all have a nice little chit in the chat. And we have, we actually had some of the Caribou guys on last few days. Prophet was on, joined us last week. Cheers, Prophet. We really appreciate your presence last week. And gave a little reciprocation for the guys. Shout out to Caribou. They had me join their show last Tuesday evening, 9 p.m. over here in the Midwest that I got to tune in and jump on live. So if you jump on their channel, that episode hopefully hasn't been pulled off from anything strange that I had to say, and it's still there. And otherwise, this Tuesday, check out live with them as well, man. They have a great time. Also, in the evening, beyond Michigan Bros Grow Show at 11:30, I like to go live here with Polarity Science. Go behind the veil. Skilbo's been an awesome guest jumping on with me and has been pretty much my right-hand man, basically, talking entheogens, plant medicines, and harm reduction. So thank you, Skilbo, for helping me out with that. And cheers, everybody. We're smoking on some Citrique tonight, keeping it uplifting and piney and limey. And yeah, this kombucha's got a little lion's mane in it. So we might mix some synergistic fungi with our diet. And speaking fungi, brewed up some microbe tea the last couple of days, and I'm working on outdoor. So that's kind of what's going on in my garden. Cheers, everybody.
Awesome, man. Thank you for joining us as always.
Thank you.
Excited to hear Polarity Science later. Skilbo, what do you think, man?
I think it's going to be a good show. I am Skilbo1 on Instagram, Skilbo17 on YouTube. And you've heard everybody else say all the different shows. And I just want to say thanks to all of you in the chat for checking us out on whatever platform it may be. So cheers.
Thanks for checking us out on this show right now, live in our chat. We appreciate you being here. And everyone that'll be popping in. We got about half of our viewership so far. So thank you, everyone, for joining us. We had a cool topic that Red wanted to talk about today relating to current events and everybody's grow schedule, or at least everyone that's interested in growing plants outdoors. So, Red, do you want to kick it off?
Yeah, we we've had some really sunny days, some really nice weather. It is officially past May 15th over down here in Zone 5, Zone 6, roughly Zone 5A where I'm at. Our last frost day is May 15th. Lo and behold, that was yesterday. And so a lot of people are wanting to toss stuff outside, me included. I like leaving a lot of things outside right now. Now the cannabis is in here temporarily because I'm giving it some extra daylight. I'm giving it some more PPFDs. It's going to get a little bit dark outside. Eventually, I'll swap out my my floodlight outside. I'll just leave that on for a couple of extra hours into the evening, and in the next couple of weeks, we won't have to worry about that. The sun will be around into its full swing, and we'll be able to just veg outside, no problem. I'm trying to avoid any pre-flowering, anything like that going on. That in itself is a whole topic, but we kind of, I think, covered that in the last couple of weeks, a little bit about that. But just like that is hardening off your plant. That in itself is a type of form of hardening off your plants as far as photoperiod goes. This is hardening off your plants so you don't fry your plants under the sun. We get sunburned. A lot of us are, fair skinned. Just like you walk out under the sun for that first 20 minutes into an hour, you start feeling it later on in that day and you get a nice fry. Your plants get it. And they might even get it worse, depending on what kind of lights you grow under. If you're vegging under some high powered 600,000 watt LEDs, or it may be a little easier to jump outside. You're still going to want to harden off a little bit, but if you're under T5s, CFLs, anything low wattage or anything, you're going to fry your plants within 20 minutes of direct sunlight. This is direct sunlight that I'm talking about. I guess I could talk about a couple ways that I personally like to harden off when I'm going outside. And that's like if I'm starting seeds indoors, vegetables indoors, cannabis seeds, clones, anything that's going outside, I'll either take it slow and I'll go out under direct sunlight for like 10 minutes the first day. And then I'll try to just keep it indirectly in the shade somewhere. Indirectly is the best. And then if I can pull it outside for longer than 10, 20 minutes, if it's a cloudy day, and if it's like a really overcast day, you can almost keep your plants out there all day long. They're still going to get some ultraviolet radiation. They're still going to get used to the sunlight. It's not as direct and not as intense. those are the perfect kind of days to start hardening off your plants. You give it a few days, you can start going an hour under the sun, couple hours under the sun. And like I said, those cloudy days for me are the best days to get the most exposure. And then after that, a good week and a half, it doesn't take long. It's just about a week's worth of, it's allergy exposure, sun exposure, it's just slow exposure to it. Eventually, you can give it full sun for that full day, and let them rock and roll, plant them in whatever, medium you got going, because the pot's huge. You can't start moving them around at that point, put them in the ground. My preference, I go right in the ground out here. So I'm just waiting. I won't go in the ground until maybe June 1st. So I got a couple weeks of them staying in these little pots back here.
It's all super good tips. We got people in the chat taking notes. So good job, Red. Thank you for that. Nobody was asking any questions on what you were saying, so you must have detailed it pretty well. But does anyone else have any kind of hardening off tips, what they do and don't do?
I was just thinking about that today and what I was going to do, and either utilize some trees on the property that, I could already see some volunteer plants that look pretty happy underneath it. So I feel like that'd be a good spot. But if you were in full sun kind of thing, maybe building a frame and almost utilizing like a sheet or like some frost blanket, I was thinking would be a good way to get them some of that indirect sun and let them harden off a little bit.
You could do the cheap, easy way too with the PVC and make a hoop house over top of it, because your plants are going to be short. It doesn't need to be too big, and then cover those with plastic, right?
Yeah, they do sell stuff called, Twisted Roots just said it, shade cloth. They sell shade cloth, and then there's also just simple old burlap. Burlap's usually heavy of enough like gauge in between that you can get a little bit of sunlight through. You just pop up an easy up, something like that, temporary, some shadows, give it shadow most of the day. They're going to catch indirect light, and slow and steady, toss it out there for a full day and your entire season's shot, just trying to get them going fast,
I got to bring up another good point is that if you pop your seeds outside, they pop kind of acclimated to the light and they seem to harden off by themselves. That's another solution that you could use. But this mostly only applies to when you're moving plants from indoors to outdoors.
Correct. Yep.
So I don't know if you guys remember me talking about, here in Michigan, you have to at least have an enclosure, like a fencing or something around your plants. And I always recommend before it gets to the end of the season, to get towards the top of that and have like a tarp or some sort of something there rolled up so that you can just pull it across. So you have a cover over your plants. So if you're worried about needing to harden off your plants, or that's an issue for you, you can do the same thing with shade cloth. You know what I mean? And pull it across and secure it over the top of your plants, your enclosure, until the plants get a little bit older. Then you could just roll it back across, and you'd have it there if there was a hailstorm or something they have to worry
That's the thing. I was going to say, is hailstorm later in the year, that's going to come in handy to be able to cover those quickly with some already set cloths.
Right. And you're still going to want a tarp. You're still going to want a tarp on top of that too, so that when it does come to rain or something, you can block out the rain at the end of the season and extend your harvest. Because it doesn't have to be see-through. People worry about getting plastic. Well, if it's raining, you're not going to get light anyway. So just use the cheap tarp.
Yeah, what's cool is you still get a little bit of radiation. You still get the sun still pokes on through just a little bit. Kind of like getting a sunburn on a cloudy day.
I think I'm going to pop some of my autos from 2020 and put them out in my yard.
Which ones are you going to do, Sequence?
The ones from the auto race.
Okay. Because I've got the Twizzlers and the nose candy one, which is the glue sniffer. And there's one more.
That one is what I would do.
I'll pop them all. And put them in my...
Yeah, the nose candy is the one I was looking forward to.
How big of a pot are you going to
hardy? I was thinking about, just because I have so many 7-gallon pots already, I was thinking about just using one of those.
Oh, yeah.
Why wouldn't you just put in the ground?
I want to put mine in pots that have the ability to move them around, but
I'm not sure. This would be my inaugural successful season to do this. Last year was fucking wasn't far enough from the trees sort of thing. What
I
you got
like
there,
having
Ron?
outdoor
got,
plants
man?
further from the ground. So I think
that your
putting them
outdoor?
in pots is nice. Gets them away from
Well,
the grass. Get some.
yes, it's good. Well, in your case, since this is your first time being there,
Yeah,
it's probably a really good idea because if the sun doesn't finish the season where you think it does, you'll be able to pick that pot up and move it over.
I chase that
Yeah.
bitch around the yard. Right, exactly. That's a
Yeah.
great point. Write that down. Whoever's writing this shit down.
The biggest difference I've noticed is like getting water to them. Like when they're in the ground, I feel like I water them like once or twice initially, and then they just like tap in.
Mhm.
Whereas like in pots, sometimes like last year I felt like I couldn't get enough water to them, and
Write that down too.
I'm like debating right now what I
Write
want
that
to
down
do. I must
too.
do a half-ass.
Dude, I'm so fucking stoked. I got this fucking hose at Meyer. It's a 50-foot hose, and it's a cross between like a vinyl hose. It's vinyl, but it's like a cross between a sprinkler and a soaker hose. So it's a vinyl hose that has like slots cut in it, small little holes basically, and it has a white line that goes down one side of the hose. And if you have the white line pointed down, it acts like a soaker hose because the holes are pointed towards the ground. But if you have it turned to the side or up, then it's like a sprinkler. It's like a little sprinkler. So I took that thing and I was able to snake it through all 3 of my beds and get around all the plants that I planted today, all my vegetables and everything. And I've already had stakes in the garage. So I just have stakes holding it down. And I thought that was cool as fuck because I could, between the plants, I have it pointed down so that it just soaks the ground. And then once it gets around the plants, I have it turned towards the plant so the water gets towards the plant. It's I thought it was pretty badass. I already tried it too. Works pretty good.
Well,
I'd
that's
buy
one
one
good
of
point.
those. Where'd you buy it?
I got it at Meyer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Meyer is like a great spot. You told us to go there to get the was it the city pickers, city planners?
Oh, they got a new one there. They've got the small ones there now too. I was thinking about fucking with those for herbs, but I got all my stuff planted right now. And so unless I get some more stuff, I don't. Anything that's an annual that's not going to make it through the winter, I like to put in pots and just pot them. I don't like to waste my yard, like put it in the yard just for it to die. Although I do it with basil, but yeah, for those I like to put them on pots and put them on the porch, and I like to sit in the middle of them and just smell them all. I actually made a tea today. I'm gonna have to shoot a video of it and show people how to do it.
You made a tea? You who's anti-tea?
What do you mean? I drank fucking cups and cups and cups.
Oh, I thought you meant like a micro tea. We were talking about garden.
Oh no, I meant a tea for me to drink. Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was all microbe infused too.
No, I just
thank you, Dan. It's the boomer in us, baby.
I was like, hey, I made a microbe tea.
Yeah, I was like, well, he's.
A cup of
I was with you, Spartan. I was the only other person that was like, "Oh, I like tea."
I literally I took like some spearmint, like a bunch of spearmint, and cut it all up. This is all grown in the yard. Threw it in a mason jar. It was probably about this full. And then I took some lemon balm, so probably about half as much lemon balm. Put that in there, and then I took about 5 to 10 leaves, just leaves, small leaves of stevia, which is just like a sweetener. And then I used my little kettle to make hot water, boil water. Poured that over and filled up that mason jar and put the lid on and set it out in the sun for like fucking an hour. And then poured it through a strainer. And it was good. I drank it when it was still warm. It was still warm after an hour. And it was like a hot tea. It was fucking great. And then I put it in the refrigerator now, the rest of it. And I tried some cold, and I think I like it better hot. But I'm going to put a lemon in it and see if that improves the flavor a little bit. But I like it.
Nice.
Well, I like just like Spartman. I don't know if I can get this sentence out of my mouth.
Did you say Spartman?
Spartman? Yeah. Spearmint. Spartan.
Where does Spartman live? He lives in
I like
Spartman.
Spearmint. I like Spartan. You guys are pretty cool. Spearmint
is the mother of man. It's
so
the one that all the other men.
I as well, and like I don't know, anti-tea, but like I don't have a microscope or anything to like really understand what I'm doing to get ratios and time and all that stuff right, and proper amounts of sugar, and so I prefer just like extracting all the goods out of my compost or my worm castings or whatever I'm sourcing, and like I'm do a big vat of water, a big thing of water, and I'll aerate it with my airlift, just basically to mix it, and I'll steep it, for a couple of hours, few hours. Maybe I'll add a little bit of sugar to it just for where it's going, not necessarily for the brew, but for, the ground. And and I'll toss in like some recharge or whatever in there, some microbes or something in there, and just get it going, and then I'll dump it out in my garden. So I had a family gathering to do, so I figured, oh well, I'll get this thing fired up before the family gathering, and I'll unload it after in the garden, and mind you, it's about an hour, 2 hour job to unload it, because I basically have to do 2 to 3 gallons at a time from a 50-gallon thing, just because I don't have a pump or anything just set up. Right now it's there's no budget for stuff like that, so
we got to get you some cinder blocks and then put a fucking drain in the bottom so you can just gravity that out of there.
I was thinking about doing something similar to that and getting up a little bit higher. It's got 100-foot run, so we got to get it out to the garden in the back, but I also I was thinking about just setting up the whole thing out there, and maybe the air pump would even be a little bit further away from homes and whatnot. I mean, right now it's next to my house, which isn't bad, but it's a little closer to my neighbor's house. So I'd like to get it maybe, build a little air pump.
It's a large one too.
It's a large one, so it's all night long. It's not as loud as a generator, but it is pretty loud. You could probably hear it next door slightly, the windows open especially. So
your neighbors probably want to choke the shit out of you, don't they?
Possibly. So I was fortunate enough to fire this thing up on a Saturday.
It wouldn't be the music at 3:30 in the morning.
Was it like 8:30 in the morning you fired this up?
7.
It was like 10 o'clock in the morning, or 10:30, and I went to the family gathering, and I ended up having this thing going for a little while, and then eventually going to the gathering, but it was still going. I couldn't unload it, right? So I'm like, all right, I'll unload it when I get home. It'll run for a few hours, whatever. So I get home, I don't have enough time to unload it. So now I'm like, well, I guess I'm going to make a tea, because I'm not going to get to it tonight. It's going to end up going at least 24, 30 hours. I had to work this morning. I had to go to work in the morning, 6 a.m., get up and not be home until like 6 p.m., so I wasn't going to be able to get to it for at least, while I was running 30 some hours. So I added a little bit more molasses to it, unsulfured molasses, and I just went for it, man. No microscope, nothing. I just went for it. It smelled like molasses. It smelled fresh like molasses. It didn't smell funky. Definitely didn't smell anaerobic or anything. One additional thing that I did do with the whole brew is I added old nasty aquarium polyfill, that I had sitting down in the aquarium filter. Abolish, you might like the sound of that one. Or I took all the microbes off of that. So hopefully something did grow. Hopefully I did reproduce some of those good microbes, that have been off that fish shit for a little bit of a while. I only have one little fish in there, but you know what? It was an old ass filter. So I got a little bit of green out of there. There was even the algae and all kinds of shit in there, but tossed it all out on the no-till beds. So I'm ready to plant, man. I'm ready to go.
So you don't have very diverse fish shit, but you've got probably a lot of it.
Right. There's just, a decent amount of it.
Singular source fish shit
Single source fish shit. There you go. Need to toss in a vacuum and really get the bottom cleaned out.
Yeti, what do you got going on down there?
I was just going to ask him, because he killed it last year with those beastie ass plants outside.
This year I'm planting a whole bunch of state genetics cuts, actually.
Oh, what you got?
A whole bunch of different ones. Yeah, it's looking like just all stuff I haven't really tried before, just to kind of see what's really going to do, I guess.
I like his stuff.
How big of containers are you running, Yeti?
They're going like 30 gallons.
High.
25.
Yeah, those ones were too big. So what I learned last year was kind of just put little ones out and just keep them nice and sweet, because they get kind of unmanageable, and I prefer them to be the ones I put out that were in 4-inch pots were my perfect size plant at the end. So that's what I'm going with this year.
So those monsters that you put out there, did those go in June and then just monster vegged outside until flip and then went?
Well, what I noticed was I thought they were going to veg real hard, but it seemed like the ones that were fresh cuttings that went out vegged way harder. Those big ones, I don't want to say they stalled out, but they were more freaked out to go outside because they were vegging inside for I want to say I started them January, February, just a bunch of Mac 1 cuts, because I knew they were going to veg forever.
Same experience, man.
That's what happened to my plant. I fucked that up.
Well, I put plants out that were 3 foot tall, right? And they got caught by the fresh clones. and then they were the same size when they flowered.
Yeah.
So it didn't seem like there was any advantage to vegging a lot in the springtime.
My Oxyclone 20 is full as we speak and half rooted, so that gives me great hope.
That's awesome. I'm getting the collection going though. I added Georgia pie to it this week. Georgia pie, Skittles.
Keep the good ones, man. Damn. Don't sleep on that Yeti menu.
Gelato, which I believe is from Archive Seeds, I want to say. Yeah, all from State Genetics.
Smoking that right now.
Is it is it Archives Dough Lotto? You got that Dough dash Lotto?
Yeah. Yep, exactly.
That's what we had from Old Man Red.
We had his version, I think, was in houses, which I mean, I don't know if there's even a difference at all, except I'm pretty sure they even use the same phenotype. I think that's what the whole playoff, why Archive. There's a big fuss when Archive made his Dough Lotto because of the Lotto that in-house had. There's like a big thing that went. It was a couple years ago.
That was one of those breeder controversy things.
It was, yeah, for a little bit. And Fletch from Archive just kind of, I don't know what his reasoning for making it and if it was a response to anything else or what it was, but I don't know. I think it was because in-house used both of Fletch's cuts or clones work. I think they were clones. I'm not sure if they were stuff that he had hunted. I think that's what the whole thing was. So I don't know. That's all breeder stuff, breeder drama. I'm not one to like spread it or even hold a side on it. So I grow his gear. I a lot of people grow in-house gear and I love their gear. So, I grow Fletch's gear, I grow Archive. So I love both their gear. So either way, I grow in-house. Packs are expensive.
Right. Yeah. It didn't seem to matter to either brand. They both continued on the same afterwards. Mm-hmm. There's just a lot of drama involving that one cross they did.
Yep.
Painted Lady, you told us you did a bunch of stuff in the pre-show. Do you want to fill everybody in? Chat said you're being quiet.
Oh, I'm being quiet. Oh, Nick, yeah. I'm quiet tonight. I'm fucking tired. I don't know why my camera's not focusing either, so whatever. But I just did a bunch of transplant in my veg room today. So I transplanted, I think, every single veg plant I had in there, up to like a whole bunch of 10 gals, a whole bunch of 7s, and a whole bunch of 5s, and then everything that were clones into 1s, and everything that were in 1s into 3s. So
wow.
I don't know how many there were, but there were just under plant count. That's how many there were.
That's a good number.
Yeah.
Very good number.
But yeah, I'm tired. So sorry, Nick. I'm not saying a whole lot. I'm exhausted, and I'm not doing a whole bunch of outdoor this year. I think I'm just gonna run a couple.
Learned your lesson
on the deck, and that's it. Last year, man, it was tough.
How do you feel about that on the deck growing?
I don't know yet. I haven't done it.
You haven't done it. Okay.
No, I have one crabapple tree that kind of hangs over my deck, and then I have like a little landing area right there. And that's pretty much the only place I have to put it where it wouldn't be like bombarded by caterpillars and get enough sun.
Now the question is,
shaded.
Are you going to use like that organic soil and try to go that route, or are you going to do the bottles outside? Or, what's your plan?
I will definitely do the organic outside, not even my Bloom organics outside. I'm just going to do like Coast of Maine and Amend. And I don't know, I might check out brewing up a tea or so after listening and watching Red's story today on Instagram.
Do you have a worm bin to have your own earthworm castings?
Oh, I don't have a worm bin yet. It's one of the things on the list to do, but man, that fucking list is long.
Gets longer by the day.
Yeah, and the time gets shorter. So we'll see. I would love to do it all, but yeah, I think I'm just going to run the outdoor organic. See what happens on the deck.
What do you guys think about collecting wash water, like my hash water, to feed to the outdoor plants?
Sure. If you don't make Kool-Aid out of it.
Yeah, so like, how long would you let that go?
Compost pile.
What do you mean? How long?
Like,
Oh, like if
say
you
I
had
washed
extra or whatever?
today, like, yeah, if it's just like sitting there, you know what I mean? That's what I'm worried about.
Oh, I
Like
use
I
it.
used to put
fermenting.
it straight in
Use it
as like
plain
a bro
day.
science flushing technique whenever I was doing hash towards the end of harvest.
Yeah, I don't even think it would matter if it starts to smell because most of the amendments organic growers use smell anyway.
Well, I would worried about anaerobic conditions if it sits for too long, but as you pour it over the soil, it's going to get refilled with
Right.
oxygen. It's going to be reoxygenated. But just, obviously the fresher the better, I would assume, especially if you're trying to like help. I don't know if the plant can directly absorb terpenes and like add to its supply, or at the very least, I think some of those terpenes can be broke down pretty quickly, and those base components can be used from the plant.
Yeah,
to rebuild
that'd be
that
my
terpene.
assumption there.
Yeah, hook up your microbes, man. They do all that good work. Give them some terps.
Herbs.
Could you brew it? Do you think there's any anything mineral wise or microbe wise that would be in there that you could just toss some microbes in it and then brew it.
If
and
there's
use
any
that?
minerals in there, it's going to still be in the water when you pour it over the plant, and it's going to be added to the soil as it goes through. But
Kill two birds with one
I
stone.
suppose, yeah, if you put some microbe in there. The only thing is you'd have to make sure it's a microbe that worked on that mineral. You know what I mean? There's so many questions here that it's hard for me to suggest something. But
You don't want to just
in
waste the
theory,
microbes.
I can say, in theory, yes, it's possible that you could pick the right microbe to match up with the mineral and make that soluble rather than insoluble.
Mhm.
I think using the water in any case is a good idea.
Yeti, what do you do with that flavorful top shelf menu hash water that you do? I mean, you're just going to put it in the garden?
Yeah, like right now it's just drained to waste. So I'm like, it kind of irks me a little bit that I'm wasting a lot of water. And if I'm going to be watering my plants a lot, like last year I couldn't get enough water to them. I was thinking about hooking up like the drain to waste to really just drain into like a livestock tank with like a tap out the bottom, like 300-gallon like res, and then just maybe hook that up to a pump and like a rainbird or something like that to
Oh, hell yeah.
send out that way.
It's something I've done a lot over the years, and the plants always seem to like it. But this is all bro science, but it does seem to work. Like the plants enjoy it. There's something in it that makes them fucking pray after you pour this hash water on them.
It's the terps.
Yeah, I think I'm going to give it a go. Something I've been thinking about. Thinking about planting in the ground as
what's
well.
The volume of water that you have when you're doing a hash run? Like how much do you have?
I want to say after a day working, it's probably like a good 300 gallons or so. That's kind of going down the drain. 300 to 500 gallons, somewhere in that
That's why you
range.
said a 300-gallon livestock, man.
Yeah.
Well, what if
yeah, that'd be plenty of water for the.
What if you held a
the veggie
stock
garden.
tank and then aerated it and just hope to use it in the amount of time that you wouldn't necessarily use up too much energy aerating it?
Yeah, I think that's a good plan. When you're
get a little solar panel for your air pump, you know?
Yeah, or you can get a sub pump with a
Harbor Freight
PVC pipe with the lift and then the back down. I forgot what they call those.
Just run an airlift 24
And it would just
hours a day.
airlift pump. Yeah,
just shoot the water so the water falls through the air, and that's all you need.
And that would just prevent it from going anaerobic. You wouldn't have to brew anything necessarily, but it wouldn't.
I bet you running the air pump would be way less electricity than running the fucking sub pump.
Well, you could put that pump on a timer too and make it run like every 3 hours or something if you're holding it for a long time.
I was actually using my airlift today to fill up my watering can. And I was just putting my watering can underneath it, and the airlift would just fill it up for me, and then I just wander on off and, let it do its thing. Until DOG got a bunny rabbit. Yeah, I had to put a hole in what I was
Let's
doing
not hear
today
that
for a
story.
minute. Yeah.
No.
He didn't want to let it
he's
go.
up on his wormer.
She didn't say much, but she said
he got
that.
his worms. He got all his shots last year. So yeah, I'm not too thrilled about that one. That was a fun hour. That was an hour wrangle with the dog and rolling around the yard and trying to get poor bunny out, which I was hoping I could just bury or compost, but he decided he wanted to just eat it. So he ate it.
So
What did she say, Red? What did she say?
Hated ladies.
That well, it's a It's a farm, man.
Get
It's a
'em, Painted Lady.
farm. The shit happens on the
Fuzzy
farm.
rat. It's just a
The-
fuzzy rat. Sorry.
But here's the bright news is that all the robins have flown the nest and have made it safely out of the yard.
So there's no
Reminds
mites
me-
in the morning coffee. That's good shit, man.
Hung in the hammock tonight, dude. I
It
mean,
reminds me, my very first
could
lilac
have
started to
one.
bloom.
Yes,
So,
lilacs are
yeah.
also in bloom.
Yep.
Spartan's right. My lilac is
I
officially
have a
out.
dove making a nest in my lilac.
So is
tree
mine.
right there, too. So that's fucking cool.
Diamond used to love chasing rabbits out of our yard, but she never caught any. Well, she did catch one time actually, but she let it go.
Dude, she was cruising yesterday when she showed up and came running all over to us and stuff. Yesterday we had a really nice get together at Abolished's house, and it was really, really nice for me to see all my friends and smoke a bunch of stuff and get all kinds of nice sample bags here. But it was cool because Diamond remembers me and runs up to me. Sequence has a beautiful dog.
Yeah, Diamond is great.
Yeah, she's always welcome back. Really well behaved dog.
Thanks. She's laying in my bed right now. That was a really good time over there at the campfire. We smoked a lot, hung out, got to see Tara, we got to see Skilbo. We don't get to see all these people all the time, so it's always good when we are able.
It was cool for me to
so.
see Baked and Spartan and you. You know, I see the other people
Right.
sometimes, but usually I have to drive a lot farther to see you guys.
Right. Yeah, and I got
That's
some cool
really cool.
pictures of the campfire, and I always like the campfire.
And I
get
told you
lost
that
in-
fucking
That was a
that
fucking great campfire.
I told you that rig picture with the fire was going to be dope before you took it too. So
Yep, and it was good.
Shout out to Tara Wilson and shout out to Nuttree420 for hooking me up with a sample of their cheesequake.
smoked it before the
Shit
show.
was good.
Yes,
One of those
sir.
fucking strains where you're in the circle and you pass it around and you're still tasting it in your mouth when it comes back to you. It's fucking
asked twice.
fire. I like that kind of stuff where it stays in your mouth. I like that.
And that's an old strain too. That's a TGA gear.
Yeah, I was surprised. I didn't get. I mean, this one I was closer to the grape spectrum than the cheese. I didn't get any cheese out of it, but I liked it. You know, I thought it was really good.
Probably one of the best things I've smoked from them, man. It's nice and gooey, sticky. It tastes good. I like it.
Yeah, I think that strain's from like pre 2013 or so, probably. Somebody in the chat that is a seed nerd, tell me if I'm wrong.
Someone will tell you in the comments.
I'm
I
sure.
remember
I
it
don't
from
mind. I
like
like
08, man.
Okay, so it's super fucking old. Yeah.
Yeah, when I was like just getting into their gear back in like 2008-ish, was like Quarkle and
I had Dairy Queen.
Agent Orange.
Dairy Queen was a good one. That was the first one I had of theirs. Then I had I had Conspiracy Kush that I grew, and oh fuck, what's the other one? Obama Kush, I think. Yeah, I think that was the other one. It's good stuff.
Obama Kush like definitely dates a strain, right? It's definitely from a certain time
It's a
period.
bit older, sure.
I
Well,
have,
and Spartan's coming up on being able to take that cuvee down, so that's cool to see that still carrying on.
I have two great big Obama cushions in my room at work. There are two moms. We decided to flower them out, so they're pretty huge.
I was
What do you-
growing loving in her eyes blueberry Obama for a second. It wasn't my favorite, but it was kind of nice. It was loving in her eyes and ethos collab, I think.
She's
Oh,
amazing.
Amazing.
Yeah. But I'm stoked on that Candy Chem OG. I just up potted those fuckers into 10 gallons. I'm letting them go.
Get it.
Yeah, that,
Yeah.
that strain looks crazy good.
Before we go any further, Dan, what do you got in your room right now at work? What are you working on?
Oh my gosh. Okay. I have a lot going on in my room. I have to go to a picture to see this.
Oh shit.
I hope I don't get in trouble for disclosing, but yeah, we should be good. I had put me on the spot here. I have 53 Brainstorm, 24 Rosetta Stone, 26 Obama Kush, 80 Strawberry Guava, 1 Jedi Kush, 21 cutie pie, 53 JR Anubis, 33 Nepali blue, 16 hot cakes, 28 black cherry pies, 25 Krugers, 22 cookies and cream, 27 motor breath, and 36 frosted cherry cookies.
Hell yeah, man. Wow.
Strawberry guava though.
What's the J Ranibus?
Um,
What's he brewed up?
Why do you
oh,
guys do such well? What would you guys are so big? I would figure you'd
Yeah.
have monocrops.
hard to pull 500 clones from a mom, so we run multiple lines. So
That
It didn't
huge
sound like you-
SGMO.
It didn't sound like you're even pulling 100. Like you're saying, like 20 and 30 of each strain. Or
I have
50?
456 plants in my room
Okay.
total, under 3 licenses.
What do you think about that, chat?
That's
You
what
wanna
I
go to
mean.
work tomorrow?
I would figure you guys are running like 200 plants of one strain. You know what I mean?
No, we still can't. Well, we got to figure we pull one room every 10 days. So we got to be able to,
Oh, I
it's hard
see.
to pull that many clones from one mom to keep 6 rooms going. So we use multiple moms to, it would be nice. I wish we could. It would make my job easier as canopy manager,
Yeah,
you know,
for sure.
to do it. But, we do what we can and putting out the fire. The JR Anubis is a very tall, large cola, hard to trim bud.
What's your favorite in the mix?
Oh my gosh, the strawberry guava. I have 3 different phenos of the strawberry guava. 2 of them are really short and bushy, and one is that beautiful stacker that I shared on my Instagram. I actually grew this plant out from seed last round, so this is clones from that. So I'm pretty excited. It really stacks.
Are you guys washing that stuff? The strawberry guava, the bloom?
No, I think most of it goes to flour. We do some fresh frozen collabs, but I think it's more towards the live resin side currently.
Right on. That's cool.
Yeah.
I know Bloom's well known for the hash stuff, so I was curious.
Yeah, they're just looking, we're looking for pheno, still pheno hunting. We're a brand new facility, still not open a year, so still trying to dial in our genetics. Shout out to Freedom Green
Awesome.
Farm. Thank
Yeah,
you.
you
That's what I
guys
figured it
You
was
guys
too.
both-
incredible footage from there.
Do you guys still hold both medical and rec?
Yeah,
Okay.
we hold two rec licenses and 1 medical license.
You got to get up there,
Is that,
Dan.
is that the plan to? I don't want to get into questions.
Yeah, I think we're gonna continue to hold because in northern Michigan, there isn't a large recreational market up here due to townships and stuff not allowing the rec in. So, we rely on the medical markets up here. Follow what I'm saying. So there's still a market for the medical. And as long as there is,
That's cool.
we're a company that's built, founded, around veterans and stuff. So it's
And what's the name of the company again? What's the name of the farm that they could
Freedom.
look for or request for a company to get on their shelf? Freedom Farms?
Green Farms.
Freedom Green Farms.
Yep.
Awesome. So yeah, if you're in northern Michigan and your bud tender doesn't have Freedom Green Farms behind the shelf, ask them to request it.
Thank you, Red.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sounds like they got a hell of a lot of flour coming down and gonna have a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
available.
we do a hell of a lot, man. We got a hell of a team. We employ over 30 people. It really takes a nice, well-oiled unit to pull down this kind of product and keep it quality. We pride ourselves in our cleanliness and our quality, and it's a chore. It's a drive. It's a passion. It's a great team we have.
I think picking up Tara is going to be a wise move too, and a great
Yeah,
collab.
absolutely. I believe Tara has an interview this Friday there, and yeah, it's going to be she'd be a great addition to the team. That's for sure.
It's cool that it's turned into something so big. I remember when you were talking about it when you were first starting there or hoping to start there and all of that stuff. And it's cool to see that you've turned into a flower lead there and how big that's become.
Absolutely. And he talked about it. If you didn't get a chance to see yesterday's Wake and Bake with the Groskies, go back on the channel and check that out, because there's a period where Dan and Tara have a really cool conversation about it.
Dan, I'm sorry. You were mentioning med. Are you med only, or are you?
No, we
you
have med and rec.
Oh, you do have a rec license. Okay,
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
All right, so it sounds like anywhere, any provisioning center.
Yeah, we're all throughout the state. So
all throughout the state.
you know,
Awesome.
Yeah. We're throughout the state. We're new. You know, we're coming up. You know, it's about quality. That's
awesome, man. That's way awesome. I'll talk to my homie about
we're pretty green, you know. We recycle all our water. We don't put no contaminants back into the environment. We're all LED. It's pretty huge. Pretty
vertical
huge.
Gardening too, right?
Yeah, we have vertical rack systems. So it's a lot of work being a cannabis farmer. It's not sitting around getting high. It's busting your ass for 10, 12 hours a day. It's a job. But I'm very humbled to be there.
I think a lot of people like to pretend that since we're growing, we're getting stoned, like, you know, Spartans getting high and playing with plants all day.
No, we get to smell a lot of weed and stink like weed, but yeah, I don't really get to smoke a lot of weed.
No, that's why you turn up after work, though. When you get home, it's when you can let your hair down.
We're able to sneak away at lunchtime for a little bit, you know, midday.
I was trying to cover for you, brother, but I see you got this one.
It's all good. But yeah, you know, it's a real professional atmosphere. You know, we're in there, we're creating, you know, medical cannabis, and we treat it as such. And that's what it's about.
Oh, yeah, I agree.
Absolutely. Me too. You guys are doing awesome work up there, Dan. I really like how everything is coming along. You have a very full canopy. Your the dual stacks. I like it.
Yeah, and you know what, you guys, when you come up here for the Bigfoot Lodge thing, you guys are more than welcome. It's just a quick John over the facility. We would love.
I'm in, man. I'm in.
Bring you all through, you know, the whole panel. Drew, welcome you guys with open arms. And,
could we
what's the plan for that?
Take cool. Photos and videos?
I'm sure you absolutely will.
That's absolutely, yeah. I can't wait to get up there.
All you gotta do is tag Freedom Green, and you know, you can use all your photos. I'm sure.
Just give us with the details. I'd love to tour that and edit that up. That'd be awesome to show you guys off.
Yeah, for sure.
Love to see it, Dan.
I've been trying to get you guys up there. It's hard to coordinate everybody up here all at once and stuff. So
I'm ready.
Right on.
I'm ready too.
It's real loud in there, so the audio is a bitch. If you
Mr. Root says, Skilbo, wake me up. I got weed.
We'll probably have to do, if we do any sort of interview thing, we'll have to do an interview separately and then record video.
Yeah,
we're not making that mistake
we can just
twice.
do both voiceovers, you know. Outside the rooms, it's tolerable, but inside the rooms, you know, each room has its own independent air system, so it's very, very loud.
We've got a strategy for this sort of thing now. We learned.
Yeah, there's a tough learning experience at Mechanico that we can't.
Yeah,
that is still one of the coolest things that I've gotten to do in the world of cannabis, was to tour that place. So shout out to you guys over there, man. That was great.
Absolutely.
Agreed.
I don't know. I'm going to keep it vague because I'm not sure if I'm allowed to talk about it, but we're having some big production crew come in, I guess. We got picked over everybody else in Michigan. It was some voted thing. Yeah. And it's a YouTube production, but their last one was over 1 million views. So it was pretty, it was kind of a big honor to, like, the other like farms that were up, we'll call them farms that were up, were like high tech, badass, fucking state of the art facilities that to be impartial, I would pick that over Mechanico. I want to see that kind of stuff. And it was like not even close, the numbers. I mean, it was like landslide. Everybody wanted to see Mechanico. So I was humbled by that. That was really cool.
Good marketing, man.
Yeah.
You guys put out phenomenal flower. Phenomenal.
Nice, man. Appreciate that.
From one
obligatory thing to say is Donnie Burger, right?
Yeah, from one commercial grower to
Donnie
another.
Burger is in the Mechanico facility.
Dun, dun, dun,
So
dun, dun,
we
dun,
just gotta
dun.
get her big enough to get a bunch of cuts off her 200 cuts, and we'll get a room full of it. I can't wait for that. I hope my sinuses are able to take it.
I'm smoking some of Michigan Matt's sour garlic right now.
Damn it.
That's
See,
still
you always get
Guys,
me.
Skilbo.
She complains about how Spartan is always eating when he rolls into the show. And Painted Lady and I have this thing where she keeps knocking me with this sour garlic cookies every time. Cheers, Painted Lady.
Now,
It's so
let
tasty.
I just want
It
to bring
is.
something up, Skilbo. What happened? Just to compare friends here. What happened when I got a whole fucking jar of that from Michigan Matt? What happened to that sour garlic cookie?
It came to me.
Oh, it's because I know you would appreciate
Wow,
it.
yeah,
so
that is
much.
a good point.
It came to me, yeah. And he held that shit, guys. He held that shit for like a long time. You know how
Yeah,
like I
he
did
did.
him a solid on holding the GG4 for him and was able to give it back. He already paid me back by shooting me that jar and holding it for as long as he did. So
Well,
cheers,
call
Spartan.
me Veronica motherfucking Salt or whatever her name is.
Veruca?
Yeah.
What the fuck are we talking about?
This shit is mine.
It's-
No, I will roll a joint and save it for you, though. I'm trying.
We'll just smoke it together. That's all.
Man, it's taken me like I have to ration it because I love it so much. And
Dude,
so
I made mine last through 3 different shows. So
I tell you what, Skillbo, I will save this big nug for you. How's that?
I love you.
Okay, I'll put your name on it. I'll set it aside, and that still leaves me with this much left.
What we're going to do is we're going to roll that up and we're going to pass it around the cipher, and that's going to be amazing.
Hell yeah.
Cheers, chat. We are 9 minutes from hash time. If you will be partaking with us, this gives you time to step away and maybe get all your accoutrements and shit together and be able to burn one with us. Warm up the E-now. What do you think, Sequence?
Accoutrements is quite the word. That's what I think.
Indeed.
I'm ready for a dab. I'm going to do a dab out of the sidecar rig today.
Show it off, please.
It's this gold one.
Ooh, you know what? That gives us a good chance to segue into something else in glass that I want you to show off. Okay, then. So Sequence has this really dope ass glass piece as a necklace. And I see that he's wearing it in chat, and I want him to hold it up and show you guys because this thing is sick and get a shout out on this. Man wants to do a dab, and I get him doing fucking show and tell. Love you, bro. Muted.
Oh, yeah, sorry. This is made by Juju Glass out of, I think, Maryland, maybe?
When this thing gets clear, you're going to be blown away at the detail on this.
We did it in the pre-show, and it ended up focusing, but it won't do it for the live. So it's really cool, both sides. If I could hold it in front of a camera. Whatever. I've got cool pictures of it on my Instagram, I believe.
That is a beautiful piece of glass.
Skilbo was eyeballing it in the pre-show and wanted me to talk about it.
Opals are cool. The opal is cool in it.
Yeah.
Well, he took me to a slick ass glass site that he was sharing the screen for, and man, the prices on some of those.
I was showing him some $10,000 dab rigs. I don't know if anybody's got the money for a $10,000 piece, but if you do, I know where you can buy one.
Good.
Red's holding up some bougie chocolate. That's not the bargain bin shit.
1.7 ounces, Red. They pinched your shit.
50 grams. There's
It's full of air.
At 100% cocoa. I can finally do the math without having to bust out my calculator. There's 50 grams. There's was that 50,000 milligrams? That's 50,000 milligrams of cocoa.
Stay tuned to Polarity Science. Red will be bouncing off the fucking walls if it gets too deep into this, guys.
Red will be telling you more math equations later.
Here's the best
There might
part.
be geography.
It comes sealed up. It doesn't even come in a wrapper. It has this bad boy here, and this comes in a wrapper. That's just a coconut chocolate. That's dark
Oh
chocolate too.
man.
But this bad boy here comes. It's got a plastic like foil bottom with like this pull this bad boy back.
Snazzy.
This stuff's it's pretty ripe, man. It smells like
It's ripe.
Yeah, it's like right off the bean. So yeah, I'm gonna have about 500 milligrams or so of some raw cocoa. Woo.
Making us all hungry. Eat, especially
Yeah, that sounds awesome.
chocolate.
Let's go back to the glass for a minute.
There's no sugar in it. It's like not that great. It's like
Red is crinkle killing me.
It's like eating a coffee.
Making all the noise.
It's
That's
red.
not me. It's not me. I'm over here not making any noise at all.
Well, I was going to ask Yeti before we veered away from the glass talks. Is Sequence said that he thought you would know who a lot of these people were as far as in the glass game.
Yeah, which artists did you see on there that was charging 10K? There's quite a few, to be honest. A lot of artists are charging 10K now.
Yeah. There was some opal work, man, that was just so choice. I just got a thing for glass, and like that medallion piece that he has, I can just stare at stuff like that all day, man. That's why I mean, you'll see that I smoke more joints than I do anything else, but I love having different glass. Like I was over at my other crib today doing some work, and I just so happen to have my little bag that has a small steamroller in it that's really just a pipe with an open end on it, but there's no like tall bowl like a steamroller for it. So I sat down, instead of having to roll one, just sat in the garage, put some tunes on, and just smoked a nice bowl, man. There you go. I was just buying him some time.
We were looking at.
That was it. That's the one. Do the UV where it goes to the fucking glow in the dark shit. It was so sick.
Anything JP.
This is for you right there, man. Check that out.
That's awesome.
You can't make the image large, but.
And then there was other one that we seen from the side that was like, oh, this is sweet. And then when it turned and you seen the back of it, which one was that one?
Sorry,
I'm horrible for descriptions.
I'd rather buy a fucking car.
Oh, I know, but just this piece is
steely. Look at this.
Well, sometimes you can like
dead one.
Yeah, there's a couple of them.
I'd rather buy a fucking car that fucking I can like drive places with instead of knock over with my elbow and break.
That torch one we were looking at.
Yeah, that one right there is that down payment on my Bronco.
Yeah, there it is. Bam. Look at that.
Sick. Depending on the piece, they hold value really nice. Like depending on the artist, like Joe P is super well known.
I would think so.
They hold that value better than a car.
Yeah, it could honestly increase in value.
I would think so too, Yeti, that they do go up. Yeah.
But I got the trump card though. I can bump my car with my elbow and the value doesn't change very much.
But you know what though, as I was saying in the pre-show to Sequence, I said, you know, if you were that dude in the game and you had that kind of money, you know what? I would think, what am I going to do? Go buy $15 fucking hand pipes though? So if you'll spend a penny, you know, you'll spend $1. If you
it has really gotten out of control,
right? You can get a painting for your wall for $20 or $2 million.
Exactly. It's
whatever.
all about what is important to you.
Let's be fair. I can't get one for $2 million.
No shit, right? I'm with you, brother.
Yeah, I feel you neither.
But it adds
I
to the
can't get a
smoking
rig
experience.
for 10 grand either. So it's just kind of like a ooh.
Yeah. And that's part of the price is because the demand is so high.
It's not whether you think it's got that value or not. It's can you appreciate it? Just do you think it's cool, or do you just think that we're all a bunch of glass nerds?
Yes.
Well, that show on Netflix, I think I've been watching that Blown Away show. And I think that really gives you perspective as to why they're charging that much money for these pieces. Because
I'm not saying they're not worth
fucking
it.
Incredibly difficult and artistic, all in the same, breath. It's unreal how much talent and skill it takes to make one of those pieces. So I get it, but
at that point, I guess my point, I'm doing a terrible job of making is at that point it becomes no longer a functional piece to fucking smoke every day. That's a fucking piece of art that you're going to be afraid to fucking touch.
Exactly.
It's like no longer.
I mean, not really.
I wouldn't be afraid to use
it.
Yeti.
Not really.
I would use it, but I would just be mindful of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you just gotta be careful with it.
I'd be driving my car. Fuck that.
Well, it's just the same as if I bought a Porsche or something, I would drive it and not put it in a garage. So if I bought a nice piece, I would use it, not put it in a.
I hate when I get stuck behind the dude that he's a silver fox always. And he's either driving like some boss ass Mustang or he's driving
slow.
like a super slow, dude. Yeah,
Dude,
you
that
already
drives
know.
me insane, man.
Yeah. Like, why did you buy it? Get on it.
It was like at the campfire yesterday. You're telling me, like, you need like a Viper. I'm like, no, that is not what I need. That's terrible.
Because he was like, I got to do 100 like 3 times, man. It was fucking great.
Well, the dude in front of me the other day made up for that guy, Skilbo, because there was a silver fox in a Tesla in front of me the other day at the stoplight. Man, he had to have been doing 100 on the on ramp to 127.
On the on ramp,
I fucking punched it because I was going to get around him because I figured he was going to be slow.
Painted Lady has a whip too.
Never witnessed faster acceleration in my life than a Tesla, and I was doing like fucking
unreal.
This was at a high speed too. I was doing like 75, 80, and he blew
me away.
He was right next to me, and then he just was
gone.
Boom. I was like, what the fuck just happened? Jesus.
Yeah, I had no clue they were that fast. I mean, my car is not that. I mean, it's fast, but it's not like super fast. But
that's because it's got torque right now.
Woo.
But you just like, I was in Europe for a while, so I lived in Germany, and I can remember being like 19, 20 and clipping along doing like 120 miles an hour, like getting it. And then other cars where, you know, over there's like the courtesy, and I'll tell this to all of you. If somebody ever behind you bumps you with the bright lights, like boop, boop, and they're behind you, they're telling you something. Please get to the right. I'm coming through. I'm going much faster than you are. It's much safer. Well, I'm trying to be polite. Get the fuck over. Right? So this dude had like bumped somebody behind me and then came around. And all I seen was headlights. And then by the time I looked, I was like, woo, I looked up and all I could see was brake lights. And it was like some kind of crazy red flow fucking car, man. I have no idea what that thing ever was because it was gone, guys. He had to be doing over 180, 185, just gone. Whoa.
Man, that's
Get
awesome.
it then.
Did I miss hash time? Or did we all miss hash time?
We all did, but we can go back in time.
Oh my God.
Let's go back 2 minutes.
There's not that much delay on the show, is there?
Hash time.
Damn it.
It's like 15 seconds of delay. Chat didn't even correct us.
Not yet.
They were 3 minutes. There's like
that was a great story, though. I was very.
We'll be right on time for chat.
We're hoping so. We'll see. We haven't been murdered in the chat with you yet. Cheers, everybody. I'm glad you're still hanging out with us. Make sure if you do have any questions for us, you drop them in the chat so we try to take a stab at them. Other than that, hopefully you're able to unwind and get ready for the week ahead. Whether it be working inside or outside. I'm just vamping here. Sequence, save me.
The week starts on Sunday.
Am I
Monday's
supposed
really not the
to
beginning
torch a
of the week.
bowl and talk at the same time, Skilbo?
I believe you can do anything, Sequence.
Yeah.
So don't be upset about Mondays because Mondays are really great. It's the second day of the week. You should already be motivated. Rocking it through.
We got to come through for the late
Monday's
session on Monday nights, man.
Damn straight. We kick off the beginning of the week right. 3 solid shows. Oh, yeah.
The Wake and Bake show was pretty cool yesterday. We got to talk with Tara, Dan,
Porch Farmer Baked.
We could do all of the waking and the bacon. So if you guys missed that, that's another
Woken Boke.
More content.
It is a great time of antics.
I've always had fun with you guys, even like the first few episodes that are way back that people don't ever watch anymore. If you can't get enough of these shows, guys, and you're tuning into these live, realize that this is, what number show is this? So professional here at the Bro Show.
93. Why don't we
93.
just look?
93, because I got multiple screens going on here, man. This is high tech.
Are we going to have a 100 show
Multiple
special?
screens is how you do it.
It's true.
We need to have a 100 show special.
I hope that's at the Bigfoot Lodge. That would be awesome.
It's around
July
7 weeks from
23rd
now.
and 24th.
7 weeks from now.
July
We'll be
23rd, 24th.
Pretty close to that. 7 weeks from now, we'll be in July. That's for sure.
Dude, 2021 is cruising by.
We'll be on it'll be like episode 101 or 102. It'll be crazy.
Be amazing.
It will be a 2-year anniversary ish. 1 year anniversary is like
A lot of
July.
weeks, guys.
There's a lot going on in July, guys. We could celebrate a lot of things there at the end of July.
Dude, and we got the concert in September coming up that I showed Red. Dead and Company is coming back.
Dude,
so that would be
$110 for lawn
it's
seats.
$110 for lawn seats though, guys. We're not even joking.
Yeah,
So
we're
it's
not
expensive
talking
as shit.
anything.
Where at? What is it?
Pine Knob.
DTE, Pine Knob.
Don't you say it, Red.
Sorry, dude.
Don't
Sorry.
curse those grounds.
Pine Knob.
Thank you.
The good old Pine Knob.
The $15 beer place.
The finest ski resort Michigan has to offer.
Lower.
Dude, I've seen some great acts at Pine Knob, man.
All the best ones I've seen were there.
Damn, man.
Was it called something else before it was DTE? Between Pine Knob and DTE. Wasn't it called something else for
I
a
wasn't
minute?
living here then, I'm not sure.
Like a minute. A couple years, maybe not.
Might have been named after a pizza fucking place.
Was it,
They do that a lot.
was it Caesars?
Detroit.
Was it Caesars? No.
You know, we're giving a shout out to them. It's Pine Knob and stuff. Sequence, you've seen a lot of different varied acts, and Red, so have you. Have any of you guys ever been to Harpo's?
I have been to Harpo.
Oh, yeah.
Are you forgetting?
I've been to
I just
Lady?
why I
She's
didn't ask
been
you,
to,
Painted Lady. I knew you were
billion
coming in.
fucking shows.
You already knew.
Blondies. All of
Oh,
Machine Shop, Planet Rock, the Fillmore, St. Andrews Hall. I've been to a bunch of places.
St. Andrews.
them. St.
is mine.
Andrews is the shit.
Yeah. Pre Eminem.
I used to go see like hip hop shows at St. Andrews.
No, this is before those days, Red.
Wild.
This is when the basement was like a hangout spot and shit. They didn't really even do that back then.
Oh yeah, I haven't been in there. I was probably too young for that shit.
And dude, I want to give a shout out to the Fillmore, man. That was really cool. I got to see the Descendants there, which is like a really good 80s punk band and stuff. So seeing them at the Fillmore was just fantastic. I've never been
If you
there
ever get
before.
the chance, Fillmore is like Detroit's version of like a really legacy place, like Carnegie Hall or like somewhere
State
awesome.
State Theater in Ann Arbor.
Fox
I got to
Theater
see
as well.
Yeah, Fox Theater too.
Yeah, State Theater in Ann Arbor. I seen Red Hot Chili Peppers in like 89 or some shit. It was pretty fucking wild because it was all the red fancy chairs, fold down ones and stuff. And
I want to
standing up.
I want to go to a different amphitheater kind of kick right now, even though it was
Red
the
Rocks.
worst time to do it. You know, Red Rocks is on it.
Dude, I would be
Hollywood
there.
Bowl, California's on it, even though I don't even know if that exists anymore. But in that general
No, but I
area.
think of the Doors and Hollywood Bowl in '68. It's great sound.
The Capitol Theater in New York. I really want to go there, and it's not like New York City, New York. It's like upstate New York. I really want to go to the Cap. They have some of the best live light shows that go on in there. The owner of that place has some of the best light work, and they can hook up any kind of visual aid. And some of the acts that play there know that, and they play the Capitol for specific visual aesthetic, and it is phenomenal.
Where's it at?
It's in New man. It's
like up New York. You're saying like I don't know what's up.
I would have to give you a Bruce Hornsby moment on this one, man. But yeah, it's not like it's
That's going so far back, bro.
That's quite the inside joke now.
Yes, it is.
The dude, I saw Pet Sounds. Brian Wilson did Pet Sounds at Fox Theater Detroit, dude. I went and caught that one, man. It was a phenomenal fucking show, dude. Fucking Pet
That's not a big
Sounds.
venue either, is it?
No, and he did the whole deal where he did it twice. It was weird. It's so like it was really
When you're weird now at Red Setter Farm, you know.
And then he did
you're
like a
weird
handful
too far.
Beach Boys songs on top of that, but he did the full Pet Sounds, man. Pet Sounds is probably one of my, it's like Abbey Road, Pet Sounds, Working Man's Dead. You know what I mean?
Is
Like
cringing right now when he's thinking about the Abbey Road.
I'm sorry, guys. Dark Side's
shaking his head with disdain.
Dark Side's probably not on there. It's probably like I don't know. I like Pulse. So, anyways, yeah.
Bruce Hornsby.
What are we talking about? I don't know. Bruce Hornsby. Yeah, Bruce Hornsby in the range. Mid-90s. Dude. I don't think I'd remember that.
Grab a microphone, and this is what happens.
Well, it's funny, but say Bruce Hornsby. The whole conversation about the music thing led off with the fact that there's going to be a Dead show at DTE. So yeah, man.
The wagons.
Back to that. Yeah, Dead's coming to town, and yeah, I'm really excited for that.
You got tickets?
When?
Well, was that
When?
September 10th or something like that?
Yeah.
Really?
9th or
Is
something.
it on sale yet?
Yeah, it is.
Did you?
I think my homies festival is happening that weekend, and Wow, there might be a lot of action going on that weekend. I was just thinking about that. Holy shit, that might
Brad
be an
is so
incredible
plugged
weekend for
in.
them to come to town. As a matter of fact, oh wow, yeah, that's pretty gnarly. That's super gnarly.
So that's so funny. Sony says my first concert was your hometown boy Bob Seger. Stevie Ray Vaughan opened for him.
Oh
Dude,
man,
that would be
imagine
fantastic.
Tony.
Band.
No way, dude. Vaughn
Stevie
opening
Ray
for Seeger, that'd
Vaughan.
be amazing.
Yeah, that's one I didn't get to see.
Like the show.
Oh,
So I got an Easter egg for somebody. This since we do like a Bruce Hornsby thing. My wife was conceived at Bob Seger's apartment.
I thought you were gonna say it.
Get the fuck out of here!
At
Huh?
his apartment?
At his apartment?
what?
Like
I thought you were
Ryan's
gonna say
there?
a show, but at his
Yeah.
apartment.
Yeah, I totally was going for a show. His
You
apartment.
gotta
Damn.
dive a little deeper into that one.
Yeah, what's going on, man? Who knows the Seegers?
Well, what we're talking about stuff, the chat's going over like their first concerts. What was your first show?
So hold on, wait a second. Are you insinuating that your wife's maybe possibly father is Bob
No.
Seger?
Grouped it up?
No.
Are you sure?
No. No, that is not the case.
Nobody
That-
from
that-
the
it's
Detroit
Bob
funny.
Wheels.
Singer
No,
was the
it's-
milkman.
There was
It's
a
like
few
that, it's
in the
that
Detroit
after
Wheels.
party shit, bro. Come on.
Was
man.
it Mitch Ryder? It was Mitch Ryder, wasn't it?
That's
Scobo's
cool.
the king of dropping shit like that and be like, yeah, no details. I'm just
Yeah, that's cool,
I'm gonna
man.
drop that.
Let your
Just drop
imagination
it.
run
Sorry,
wild.
never mind, dude. I'm getting all my bands. I'm getting all my Detroits mixed up, man. Seeger was in the Silver Bullet Band, dude. And Mitch
Mhm.
Ryder, I don't think was in the Silver Bullet Band. He was just in the Detroit Wheels.
Hey,
So,
from my understanding,
never mind.
Silver
Never
Bullets are
mind.
very popular with the women, dude.
Oh my! Amber Lalana says my first concert was George Michael Faith. Hell, you know what?
What was
God.
your first show, Scobo?
First show I ever went to was Cheap Trick at the Palace,
Oh,
Deep
hell
Trick,
yeah.
yeah.
and the opening act was, the Lords of. You want me to say acid because
Lords
it would
of
be way cooler.
Acid?
It would be way cooler if I said that, but it's like Lords of Rock, House of Lords,
Aw,
House
man.
of Lords. Horrible fucking act. I guarantee you, no one has it on their iPads or phones
I
or
did
any other
know
kind
Lords
of
of
fucking
Acid.
And
YouTube.
his most
Yeah.
recent was Lord.
It's terrible.
Monsters of Rock. Monsters
Oh,
of
hell,
Rock.
Kingfisher says R.E.M. Green. That would have been great too.
Dan, yours was
Alabama.
Monsters of Rock.
Yeah, that was a
Monsters of Rock had Van
Hell
Halen
yeah.
in that shit, man.
Yeah, Van Halen.
Was it Van Halen,
Metallica.
Scorpions, Metallica?
Ozzy. It was
You know,
crazy.
That's
you
a
know,
hell of a
when we
line.
did this the other week on I think the late session, I told
Hey,
you
look
that
who's here,
mine.
Tara Wilson.
I told, oh, what's up, Tara? And you told me that mine was, or you told me.
Tara.
You didn't tell me what my first concert was. I told you what my concert was. And
Yeah.
I said that it was Mary Chapin Carpenter and Vince Gill. That was actually untruthful because my very first
Thank
concert was
God.
actually, it was a Prince concert. It was a Prince concert. If you can count the fact that I was in the womb.
What?
I was, yeah,
Oh,
it's
shit.
post
No, I
conception.
wouldn't count it, Red.
Why
That doesn't
can't you count
count.
that? I was
No.
You were not in
I
the
was
womb
alive.
post conception.
So I
post.
That's
Yeah,
BR before Red.
I was. Yeah, but I was like, I could hear it, you know, like
Before
people
Red.
like play music to babies, you know.
One
So I
time,
was
my
like,
mom and dad went to
my mom was at the
Disneyland
show. Yeah, so you went to Disneyland.
BR.
While
before I
you-
was born.
That's funny. BR
Right.
was battle rifle to me, but now it's gonna be before Red.
Everyone in the chat's going,
Holy shit. I can't believe that
So
Blue Kiss Gardens got to see Seeger, Mitch Ryder, the Rockets at Port
Blue
Huron
kisses
High
for
School.
fuck's sake,
At
Red.
Port Huron High School football field, not my concert. That is called the Memorial fucking Stadium, is what that is called if you've seen them there at the high school football field.
I have to
Memorial
update
Stadium.
my answer to that question too because I just had a flashback. I
It was at the
had
Palace. Shout
we
out.
had what was the name of that group?
Some
What was the
memory
name of that
works.
group that did Puff the Magic Dragon?
Oh shit! Is that the
Wiggles?
No, it's the three names.
The Wiggles.
Fuck. Is it the Mamas and Papas? No. What's the
No,
other one?
that's what I was thinking.
Peter Paul.
I
It's
had-
Peter
know
Paul
who
and
you're
Mary.
talking- Peter
Peter
Paul and
Paul
Mary.
and
Peter
Mary.
Paul and Mary.
Peter,
I
I
got it.
saw Peter Paul and Mary when I was in elementary school. They
womb.
came to my school.
Oh, that doesn't count.
My very
Okay,
first
when I
show
was
was
in
You
middle
get
that
lame
was
points.
fucking- that-
You don't
I
get
was
lame points for
What?
fucking being
Hold up.
I
stupid.
seen the
Where,
Harlem.
where did you go to
Starship.
elementary school? Peter
They're
Paul
dropping
and Mary came
Smith Elementary in Stockbridge, Michigan.
Get the
Podunk,
hell out of here.
Stockbridge, yes.
Get the hell
And they
out of
fucking,
here.
I was
dude.
starstruck, dude. They did it. That was a
What the
movie, man. And
I was
like, the fuck?
starstruck.
This is now the
Dude,
late
did
session.
you hear
They
what I
didn't
said?
just
Stockbridge,
tell you
Michigan.
that it was Peter Paul and Mary. Peter
That's
Paul
like
and Mary.
fucking population of 5 or whatever.
This
the fuck it
explains
is.
everything.
If you haven't given the show a
Whoa.
thumbs up by now, please do so.
Yeah, we were child
fucking
labor. We
awesome.
were out in the
Dude, I
field.
probably have one of their records down in my collection. That's insane.
Janet Jackson, Black Cat at the Palace. Shit, that would have been an energetic ass show though, Nick.
Dude,
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
that
that
would've
was-
Seeing the
Oh,
Sunshine
yeah,
Band, boy, Dirt Road dude is dating himself with
badass.
the Nuge too. Foreigner Double Vision tour. So that's like 82, I think, is when Double Vision came out. Charlotte
Tool,
North.
Tool at Van Andel Arena was my
When you
first
could still
show.
afford to see Tool,
Tool
and
would
not
be
like get
awesome.
priced out of the shows like you are these
That
days.
would be
It was
gnarly.
just their last tour. They only tour like once a decade or longer. So
You never know when.
Well,
Yeah.
you know that this too. You know if they come on, what was the
Dude.
most recent one that they just
Numa, right?
did?
What
Yeah,
was
that's going to be expensive.
Sequence. Did you
That's
see
going to be a show.
Lock Bazooka? Smash Cannabis says Lock Bazooka, Worcester, Mass. Cole, Chamber Drain, East Side Machine, Head, Primus, Slipknot, Stain, Static X, System of a Down. Dude, that would have been cool. That's concert.
That'd been a cool show.
Dude,
Yeah.
I still love that that Les Claypool rocks with Julian Lennon in some like
the
weird
Claypool project
weird,
thing.
wild Claypool project, dude. Yeah, it's called the Lennon Claypool or the Claypool Lennon Delirium. It's like really gnarly. It's
Whoa.
it's out there. Yeah,
Dude,
it's jam man for sure. It's
Shout
like
out to
Dark
Kendra
Trip.
Beeve. She says Smashing Pumps and Guns N' Roses. That is a weird crowd, man. That is a weird crowd for that
Wow, I'm
one.
surprised one crowd didn't beat the shit out of you.
Yeah, it's like what
Yeah,
the hell?
that's true.
Man, I
T-Rex
saw
and
That's a
Maka
Smashing
Hoople.
strange
Pumpkins and
mixture of
Pearl
So-
Jam.
So
And-
Mace, did you go ahead?
Yeah,
makes more
MSU
sense. That makes more
Auditorium
sense.
back before they were even like anybody knew who they were.
That's sweet. Mason
amazing.
says T-Rex and Mott the Hoople. I'm old as fuck. I'm thinking that show was probably
T-Rex
what
is
1971 or 72
That
for
sounds
that
like a
T-Rex
That's
Mott the
a
Hoople
sweet
show.
that does sound like a bad
Snoop and Wiz. You know what cool one I got to go to is
Uncle
I went
Rick
to
saw the Beatles.
what?
Damn.
What,
Oh,
Rick?
Sounds like
Damn.
Kobo.
They only
64.
played. They only played a couple of
Rick,
shows.
was that
and that was
Kobo?
it.
Or not, well, not Kobo. What was it? It wasn't
Rick
Go
fucking
City-
Rick was
Wrigley?
their supply, man. Rick's their plug. What do you mean?
Was it
He
Kobo?
was, dude.
What the hell did they come and play? They came and play. No, it was what was before Joe Lewis. What was it called?
Slayer,
Say a
Anthrax,
concert at
Megadeth,
Kobo would be
Alice in Chains.
awful.
Cheers, Sunday.
What the fuck? Where do they play, man? I feel like
I saw
one of
Madonna
my
at Kobo.
aunts talked about that show. Maybe it was
When they
maybe
used
it
to
was
do
Eddie
shows
Rock.
at
Cool
Kobo.
for shows, man. I seen George Thorogood. It was nothing but a bunch of bikers and drinking. It was terrible.
I seen I seen Public Enemy, Big Daddy Kane, Queen Latifah. Who the hell was at the show? It was a bunch of people, and it was at the JLA, and that would have
Let's
been like
see.
1990.
She canceled all her shit for this year, but I'd like to see the Pretty Reckless with her Taylor. What is it, Momsen?
Taylor
Yeah.
Momsen.
Momsen, yeah. Her new CD.
Oh, I saw
I
in
think that's
Vancouver.
Awesome. Her new album, whatever it is.
Cindy Lou Who, man.
Tragically
Lou Who,
hip. There's
man.
your
The
Canadian showing.
Craziest thing,
Her
dude.
voice is fucking so much better now. It's like more raspy and shit. I fucking love
Yeah, I mean their band is amazing, but I just like to remind people that she was Cindy Lou Who in the Jim Carrey Grinch movie. And now
There's
she's
something
the
I
naked
didn't
girl
know.
on the album cover. Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Smashed asked about Warp Tour. Have any of you guys been to Warp Tour? That was one of my first like the festival events. I went to Warp Tour '99. I rocked purple hair and bought the largest bag of weed for the smallest amount of money that I've
Were you
ever
wearing
probably
Vans?
done in my
Pennies
life.
on the dollar. Were they
Most-
checkerboard slip-ons?
Most likely wearing etnies or Vans or something. And yeah, there's a lot of.
I wear Vans.
I wonder what
I think-
Angsty Red looked like.
I do too,
Eminem.
Dan.
Eminem
I just had
was
some
there.
customs. I'm waiting for them to arrive.
That's
No, Painted
badass.
Lady is
That's all I
the
wear.
lady that rocks the docks.
Yeah, Doc Martens and Vans. That's my jam. I'm still a 14-year-old dude.
You're still stuck in 1990 with the rest of us, right?
Amber asked
Much.
Leanne, yeah, Eminem was actually at that 1999 Warp Tour
Oh,
event
shit.
in Detroit.
I
That was
wish
an
I would have
interesting
seen
one.
him. I have not.
Remember when they did was it Jay-Z and Eminem at Tiger Stadium? Is that where that was? Where was that?
That'd
No,
be
Ford
badass.
Field.
Becca said her mom went to it.
Cheers, you guys.
What's going on, Tara?
Aaron?
Thank
Let's
you
go.
for coming out
Got back to
yesterday and everything that you guys brought with you for this. That was awesome.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you. It was a great weekend. I had an awesome weekend. Tremendous weekend.
So many edibles, right?
On this weekend.
Good edibles. Yum.
A whole box of dicks. No.
That and so much flour.
Smashed. I was not. I didn't drag DC shoes. I wasn't into really skateboarding. I was. Well, I
Wasn't
still am. I'm a fruit booter, man. I got wheels on the feet. They're stuck to me.
What did you refer to yourself? A fruit burger?
Fruit booter.
Fruit booter.
no.
Fruit booter. Fruit
That's what
booter.
skateboarders
Yeah,
called
fruit booter,
rollerbladers
son
as
of
an
a-
insult.
Wow.
I don't know if
I've
that's
heard that
Did
one
not
PC
before.
or
know.
not red. You gotta be careful on that one.
Yeah, it's not PC anymore.
I guess
That's
not.
hilarious.
Refers to rollerbladers, whatever. I'm a rollerblader. I don't
It's so
care.
funny.
People
That's like
probably knows it more
teenage
as that
terms.
than anything else.
Fred, could you grind with your rollerblades?
Yeah, dude.
Could you
There's
do
a-
like any kind of half pipe tricks?
I wasn't big into mini ramps or
Just a
and
slasher.
ramps. I just like I like street skating.
Shred the streets.
Yeah, hauling ass.
I like that longboard you got though. That's badass.
As I got older, I smoothed into that, and yeah, I just like to do that now.
That's
Cruising on
cool.
that.
stuff.
Dude, I used
All
to
the
have
all
a
the
stick.
jumping, do my hips pop, and my knees crackle, and I hobble
Yeah.
when I walk, and it caught up with me, man. It's caught up with my buddy. He had both of his hips replaced when he was like 30, 32.
Holy
33.
shit.
Yeah. Do that side to side motion, man. It's just, it's a lot of people can do it for a really, really long time. And a lot of people get their, worn out with it. It's hard on your body.
I wonder if it's from learning like a technique that's just a little bit off or something.
I'm curious about it. Yeah.
You know,
My
Yeah.
shins are so dented as it like it's just
from biking.
it's like it looks like the back
Oh,
of a
yeah.
Rambo knife, with like the
Yeah.
serration thing.
Oh, yeah.
It's terrible. I've taken so many board shots from that.
It
Yeah.
feels like it too.
Oh yeah, you can it
We used
hurts
to have
when,
bear
you
claw
know,
pedals when I was in the BMX, and I
stuck
just,
myself and almost
Yeah.
cut through
Oh.
my fucking Achilles tendon with one of those, bro.
Dude.
Those are
that's-
horrible, man.
all over the shins.
In
Just
the 80s when they were
pieces
dangerous.
missing.
That's the
You get
test
that
of a
big old
skater.
back
That's
spin on
the
your
machine.
on your pedal going. And,
being a kid was harder back in my day.
Oh, has he crossed over the bridge to adulthood? Did he hit me
Yeah,
with a
dude.
back in my day?
I own a house now.
Where the fuck is Baked Pone when I need him most to make
he's
the
not even in
crack?
chat, yo.
Sequence.
He's
you
too cool for
boomer.
school with the rest of us, man.
I'll do
Skilbo,
it
he
for
is
you.
in
Just
charge
definitely
of
have
a
a comment.
yard now. He is in
Where's
charge of
Scott?
a fucking
do.
yard.
I'm in charge of
He's
a
in
lawn.
charge of a lawn. Welcome to home ownership, my friend.
Just sit out on my
Dude,
porch and yell
stop
at kids
reminding
all
me.
day.
Shake
I
fist.
still have to cut
Repeat.
I still haven't cut the grass at the farm. I've cut half of it, and I still haven't cut the other. Oh, dude, it's gonna be so long. There's gonna be so many ticks. So,
Cut your grass, Red.
Now you gotta
Yes.
keep that shit mowed down.
You're not a homeowner yet, Sequence, until you bring that those stray cats in.
Don't
Not
do
a
that.
fucking
In time,
chance.
painting lady. In
No, leave
time.
him outside.
They run away from me though. I tried to pet one and it ran away. So
They're gonna live in the
Just-
garage. Watch.
Fine.
not
Just
my
start
problem.
feeding it. Just
Wait a
start
minute.
feeding.
Yeah. Yeah,
Just
give
go
it
open
food a
can
couple
of tuna.
times.
Go
Turn his
open a
stress.
can of-
Simon's
Tried
gotta
to pet
catch
the-
a
he
bunny.
tried to pet the cat and it ran away. Is that what I heard you say?
Yeah, the black one.
Oh, really?
Tara, what are you
Yeah.
mowing down?
No
It was
comment.
playing with the black
Really?
squirrel.
It's really fluffy.
Caught
Edible.
ya. I see you. Which flavor?
Mixed fruit.
Mixed fruit.
This is one of his old.
Can you hold
Is
it
it-
up closer to the camera?
Hey, King Fisher.
Come closer.
Stormy Cromer's really good friends of mine. We probably know each other. I've
Very
probably
good.
seen you at a show if you're hanging out at Stormy Cromer shows.
They're yummy.
I know Amin very, very well. The drummer. His brother and I used to work together, and yeah, I love Stormy Cromer. You probably know Liquid Thickness, and you probably know Riley and Beanstalk and all of those guys. Scooter and the whole nine. Cheers, man. That's an awesome group of musicians, jam bands,
The
and
total roadie name, Scooter. And he's
Dude,
probably
he's
like
North
6'7".
Carolina.
wild,
beard to his
wild,
belly.
wild techno. It's 6 a.m. techno. Dude, yeah, no, it's a wild bunch, man. Wild bunch of. I'm talking Storm Chrome's an awesome jam band, dude. Fan fucking tastic.
You're gonna
man.
have to send me a link in that.
Sounds
They're-
like a porn name.
They're going to be at Summer
Yeah.
Camp Music Festival actually this summer, which is in Illinois. They're really, really awesome.
Oh yeah.
Tara, I want to see your bag of dicks again. Tara's eating a whole big bag of dicks.
But
What
Here's-
is that?
here's my bag.
There you go. Okay. That's all you have left.
That's all that's all edibles.
Those are all mine. But this is his older wrapper. but it's Detroit Dick's Medibles. They're
Cool. I
love
don't
them.
think I've ever seen the old wrapper.
Yeah, and I really dig this one, but I guess he's gonna be doing something new. So I don't know. I really thought this one was pretty cool, pretty catchy.
I showed him this, and he thought it was pretty crazy. He wondered where I got it. Holy shit!
Holy shit!
Let's pull
I
it
know.
off my
Oh, I remember those bags. Yeah.
When he gave me mine, I was like, I've seen that. I was like, Sequence has one. He's like, how's he got that?
Yeah.
Dude,
Goes, "How
Sequence
did you
gave me
get
that cool one that's the Ohms Dab House is what I keep the nectar collector in. That was pretty sweet.
That's what I keep mine in when I'm traveling too.
Yeah.
When I don't let all the reclaim seek out the bottom of it and yuck it all up.
Just keeping it real, right?
You know, I always am.
You know, hers is used a lot.
Oh man, she has that cool little case. I always know when she's coming because she just busts out the case and has all the flavors in there.
Now she rolls into the big luggage case and then another bag.
I don't know if I can. I'm just gonna hold this up like this for a second so it doesn't show anything. But I am going to be, after I get off of Polarity Science, shout out to him over on his channel. You know, I'm gonna be making some more tincture tonight. So I have the good stuff. I have the 190. Really, really happy about it. And I have more than enough trim that I need to go throw in the freezer before I do anything with.
It's funny. After you left last week, I was like, "Oh shit!" I told him I was gonna.
I know. I fucking dude. I totally fucking was so stoned. I forgot.
Dude,
Story of my life.
It's hilarious. Kingfisher actually knows Stormy Kronger from the Bill from Summer Camp. That's awesome. Yeah, dude. You're gonna love that band, man. You're gonna love them live. They kill. They're great. I know them locally. So small world, incredibly small world. They're a fantastic jam band, man. Yeah. Anyway, I just want to give my piece to him because he's giving it up in chat. So cheers, dude.
If you have any questions for us, because we're just going to stay stoned and keep rambling if you don't. Give us a direction and we'll run with it. Otherwise,
Rambling man.
Burn another one.
Rambling man.
Is anybody popping any new genetics? I'm getting ready to. My next one's this one from Brandon. He just fucking told me what it was. Mac V2 times Lime Rilla back cross, I think.
Yeah.
So that'll be my next one. I'm popping pretty soon here. Maybe I gotta check out the moon cycle, see what.
I wonder what the structure is. I'm gonna have to go look that up on his page. That's Rust Brandon.
He talked about it on the last. That's why I love these shows because I can just go back and listen. But he talked about it on the Cheap Home Grow from today, so you can just watch that.
That is the Growing with My Fellow Growers over on Cheap Home Grow.
Oh yes.
Everybody that watches this already knows about them anyway, but it's nice to do a cross promotion for them. That is where I started streaming with, and you know, I always have love for them.
I think I might pop the GMO cookies that came in the latest drop of the multi-pass.
Yes. I think it's a fantastic idea.
I think so too.
GMO cookies, is that back cross to a cookie?
I can't remember what it was. Do you have your box in front of you?
Well, not that one.
Loaded question.
It's not detachable.
Not the detached one.
No, I don't. It was, I can't remember what the lineage was, which was first. So yeah, I don't remember. I don't know, but it was just the GMO cookies. But I'm thinking about running it because it sounds pretty tasty.
Okay, so we do have our first official question in chat, and it does tie into an earlier topic. Uncle Rick says, okay, fine, defoliate or not. And since we're talking about those outdoor plants, I want to start off by going to Yeti with this because he had those monster 8-foot tall plants, and he said he's not going to do that again this year. Let's find out why.
I mean, it was really just like that extended veg inside. I feel like really didn't benefit me much outside. Is really what I learned, is that they can go out like small cutting size as long as you harden them off really nicely. You'll get some really nice, like, productive plants. You don't have to go too overboard. If you want to go overboard, though, I mean, just be ready for like extensive pruning, like taking a lot of those big fan leaves out, like probably weekly, just to get some good airflow. Keep that in mind. Like if you're going to grow big plants, I would space them out so that they have plenty of airflow. Like if your property doesn't have airflow, I would like accommodate for some like fans, some big outdoor fans to kind of help out with that. Yeah. What else? What am I missing?
Well, that's
Somebody
what I'm
else
thinking
chime
is
in?
you just have to keep the plant open. But you know, if you get into this too much, you can find people that say on both sides that you should or should not do what the other person says. So I think it really comes down to you. What we worry about in Michigan, I know on the panel, is all of the gardens that I've seen from these people. We are not on natural legs. We do shave our legs here on the Michigan Bros Grow Show.
Yeah.
So our ladies are clean.
Keep them cleaned up, man. You're just asking for mold.
They're gonna die anyway. You know what I mean? Like thin it out.
I know people want to argue this and that, but I mean, do you know what happens if you leave them there? They die anyway. The leaves fucking turn yellow and die because it's so thick that the light doesn't get to them. So just fucking remove them. You know what I mean? Why add the risk of mold? It doesn't make sense. Just get rid of it.
Yeah, a lot of the inside stuff is hard for big plants to fully mature.
I like what you said about the little plants and just harden them off right. Or like I plan on doing the same. Like I usually do my pheno hunting this time of year. And I plan on coming across a male, and I'm gonna toss a male outside this year and do some more breeding with some stock. And you know, dude, if you start off some seeds now, actually I'm gonna do a bunch of hemp too. And I'm gonna start those seeds like with some corn. They'll get 6-7 feet tall, 8 feet tall, no problem. Even if you start them like now, they get huge. They're gonna veg all of July, and they're not gonna start flowering until a couple weeks into August. So there's a ton of time.
So if I get pollinated, I know whose door to come knock on.
Yeah, I probably doubt it was me, but there's probably so much pollen. I'm only gonna keep
with
it for
the 90s hit. It wasn't me. You tell him, Shaggy.
It's gonna come from inside. It'll come from inside. It'll be
Red, are you gonna do anything with those green room crosses this year? Are you gonna throw any of those outside?
That's what I was thinking about hunting for a male out of.
There's your pollen
right. I may keep it high THC with this run. I'm not sure, man. I don't know what I want to do with this run. I want to go more varietals than just having GDP and grape ape to choose from. I got that DJ Shorts blueberry shoot from.
Yeah, you get the blueberry ones too.
Sour Kush and all those other genetics. There's a ton of that stuff, but like, for the most part, I want to get into like having some seeds of like strawberries and cream, having some seeds out of like Rainbow Driver, Death Star. I really want to get some seeds out of Death Star. I'd love to get it pollinated up and maybe even some flow and just working on some of these other, getting some of these other ones that have been so
Yeti.
His bowl.
Garden. I love that fucking Dabrig Yeti. That's
wow.
Awesome
no, that's
color.
just a regular flower bowl. That's a flower
it's just
bowl.
flower bowl. Oh, you're smoking a bowl.
Oh my gosh!
Is it a bubbler? Oh,
Look at
yeah,
that
it's a
flex!
bubbler. Whoa,
that is really cool.
Jesus,
what? That's the coolest piece.
The gates of hell open.
Get all this shit, and he can't get internet.
He's no shit, right? Well,
for me, it was he was like frozen in time for a second. I was like, look at that photo that he just posted. It's like, beautiful photo, beautiful piece.
Cheers, Yeti. Yeti, you have the headiest glass, brother.
This one's probably like from 2010-ish.
Who is the Yeti? Who is the glass blower?
It's Freak glass with like 3 E's in a row.
Wow, man. So there you go. That's a guy smoking a bar piece right there.
Yeah, you gotta use them.
Lovely. We did have a question about Dr. Zymes and sulfur. And I think the consensus is going to be that you want to take precautions with that. Sulfur is known to, not play well with others. So you do want to space those out. Spartan, you want to go in on that?
Me, myself, like, this is me, myself. This is what my opinion is. So
you tell me, Irene.
If I've done a sulfur spray, so the only thing that's left on the leaf is sulfur. The thing that's a danger is putting oils with that, because the oil and the sulfur together will burn your plant. Now, Dr. Zymes is not an oil. It's an enzyme to my understanding, unless I understand the product wrong. And the enzyme is just going to break down that sulfur. I don't think that's good. The danger. I would, me myself, I would do a Dr. Zymes as early as maybe a week after I did a sulfur spray, and I would just expect it to, make some more sulfur available maybe to the plant. But I wouldn't be as worried with the sulfur as I would with, say, an oil. Now, that being said, it depends on what you're spraying with too, because when I use my atomizer to apply sulfur, I have waited only a week and sprayed fucking oil, and it was fine. So there's a big difference between droplet size too.
Do you think it's because it's micronized that it was actually better?
Yeah, 100%. I didn't even know that I sprayed sulfur, which surprised the shit out of me. And I had to get my jeweler loop and look at the leaves to confirm that. Oh yeah, it looked like there's sand on the leaves. And then, now, if you use just a regular hand sprayer and spray sulfur, you'll see that puddles of sulfur all over your leaves, and it looks like you get PM almost. We joke about beneficial PM, but if you use the atomizer, you don't even fucking see that usually.
What brand are you using, just to drop the name here?
The atomizer, you mean?
Yeah.
I'm using the Root Lowell one that I bought. Seems like a million years ago from Grow Green. It's called Commercial Root Lowell.
Is that the one that Sequence used in the greenhouse?
Yeah, he let me use it all summer.
Yep. Sequence was blown away with it, man. It's bragging about it.
What I'm blown away with is the fact that he can use it inside of a house.
Yes.
Because that thing is insane.
I don't know why you have to baby your plants, man.
I'm just a gentle lover, I guess.
Nature.
But isn't a Dr. Zymes? Don't you have to apply that at like a higher temperature? So why? I don't think anything else in the IPM realm.
That actually heats the water.
I think you have to do the higher temperature to have it like incorporate and mix in the water, but then you bring it right back to like a room temperature or something, right? You don't spray it on hot.
I think it's more effective with warm water. Is what I think the packaging says. It works with like cold water, but I think it's just more effective.
Those foggers actually heat the water as they work. That's kind of how they atomize it, and the tip of them actually gets really warm if you feel it while you're using it. So, especially the commercial ones. So that's kind of a neat feature.
I've seen a video from one of you guys, and it was just like a fucking fog, man. It was crazy.
I was gonna say, is it like a similar technology as like smoke machines? Could I just?
I'm not sure.
I believe so.
Smoke machine.
I think that makes a fog, and the other one makes it actually atomizes it. It's an even smaller particle.
The atomizer is like a drag racer.
Yeah, the thing I have is an atomizer. Like the thing that Craft Farmer's selling is a fog. Like it looks like a cloud coming out, and it just hangs in the air too. It doesn't like go anywhere. And then you can turn all the equipment on, right, in your room if it's sealed. Turn on your dehumidifier. Turn on your HVAC and let it get sucked through your HVAC and everything when you're after a harvest or something, and you're like running like Sanidate, something like that. That's like going to sanitize everything. Let it run through your equipment at the same time. I think applications like that thing would like shine.
I want to get a Petrofogger. I think they look like the bee's knees.
So I don't think I've seen the fogger. I've seen the atomizer, the backpack atomizer, and the sprayer. And between the two, the sprayer is a million times better. I hate the fucking atomizer.
Yeah.
What are we talking for price tags on this stuff so we don't sticker shock
the
people
sprayer is
later?
$150. The backpack sprayer is $150.
That's not bad at all.
What, if I was doing an outdoor or something, I would buy one in a heartbeat. And then Brandon, my buddy Brandon Rust, has a discount code. I don't know how much it gets you off, but I think it's Bokashi.
I'm pretty sure it is, yeah.
So you can hit that and get, maybe pay for shipping or something.
Got to use those codes, man.
What's
got to be a thrifty
about that thing is it's rechargeable battery, right? So you don't have any cords. You don't have these fucking cables, and it's fucking awesome, dude.
Dirt Road Dude brought up an important point about Dr. Zymes. Said that the lady said to spray it at 85 degrees and to mix it at 90 degrees on the Green Bicycle show.
Well, I guess 85 is room temperature. I mean, that's about the temperature that the room is going to be.
Right.
Sir Dirty says with yucca to spread it as a surfactant. I have so much big ass yucca at this other house I got to dig up, man. Fuck. I'm good on all that. Dude, those things get huge.
Yeah, they're cool.
I got them growing in the woods, man.
I'm so excited all the plants I have in my fucking yard and stuff now. I planted 18 strawberries in my front flower bed. I'm like, I'm gonna fucking make this flower bed productive.
Yeah, my raspberries are coming in.
Get ready for the fucking rabbit patrol.
When Red and I were,
as long as they shit, I'm fine with them coming around.
Yeah, when Red and I were over at
let's let the dog out. Maybe let's chew the fuck out of those rabbits.
We seen that wild asparagus shit was crazy, wasn't it, Red? We just walking through the field.
Old man has asparagus popping up, fucking as big around in diameter as this mug. The girth on those things was impressive, man. Yeah, it made me blush. Ridiculous.
That's really girthy. And it make your pee smell.
Dude, I love asparagus so much. It's easily one of my favorite vegetables. Easily. Not a big vegetable fan. I love fruits.
Wild garlic too.
But oh yeah, garlic's good.
I never even used to know I had wild asparagus growing on the property until I saw my Chihuahua over in this patch of land over where I used to garden. And I was like, what the hell is he doing over there? I could see his head bobbing up and down, and I ran over there. Fucker found a whole big patch of wild asparagus and was just mowing it.
Yeah.
Man, it was nice once I found it, but
I guess you know you have asparagus on your property if you can smell your dog urinating.
So yesterday we were talking about me and Spartan were talking about those mushrooms, right? And lo and behold, it is over by the apple tree. So your first intuition was right, my friend. Thank you.
Ooh, speaking of mushrooms, I was like peeking around in my no-till beds, in my first season no-till beds that I made, like I think now 3 years ago or something like that, had a grouping of about 3 or 4 dried up mushrooms popping up off of there from last season. Big little fuckers. And I'm super excited, man. That means that there's some kind of a fungal network growing, making itself strong in there. That's exactly what I'm shooting for. The weeds aren't thriving. Everything else is. It's great.
Painted Lady looks like she's about to threaten me in some kind of 007 movie where she's like, I expect you to die, Mr. Bond. And she strokes the cat. Yeah. Get them, my pretties. Do my bidding.
Not a creepy face at all.
She's not very thrilled.
No.
This is RSO girl.
Just think, Sequence, when we leave that can of tuna over in your garage, the next time we're over, that will be your life in about 3 months when she has a litter of kittens in
I'll
your garage.
know it's Painted Lady's fault if some sort of cat gets fed in my property.
Probably.
Would be.
Can't help it. All cats need to eat.
I think the neighbor's feeding it because it keeps running over under their porch. But maybe not.
That's cool. They're doing you a favor then.
Yeah, I like that the cats are around. I just want them to be around outside of the house.
Hell yeah, they'll keep all the mice and everything.
Yeah, there's a cat that goes, I see it almost every day across the street and going to the field across the street from me. And I'm fine with that thing because it's going after the squirrels, it's going after the mice and all that shit.
These 2 cats set off all my motion alarms like all day and all night.
The city of Chicago released 1,000 feral cats to take care of the rat problem.
And then they'll release 2,000 dogs to take care of the cat problem.
That's what I'm like, okay, so then what's the solution to the 1,000 roaming feral cats?
Hopefully they got them all fixed.
They'll have the Humane Society kill them all.
Gives me flashbacks of the desert.
Right.
All the roving wild cats with one ear and shit.
Be a movie about it.
Good for you, DP. I saw that too. You adopted a cat there in Chicago, so good for you. That's cool.
Rescue, spay, and neuter, man.
Yep. Cheers to the Caribou crew, Uncle Rick, and everybody in chat.
Yeah, man. I should be on their show soon. They scheduled me for a day, but I don't remember what day it was. Maybe it's this week.
Might be Tuesday.
It might be Tuesday. If I'm on Tuesday, you'll see me on there Tuesday.
Tuesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
I don't have anything in my phone. So.
It's supposed to do something with Fluffy about organics, I think, too. So that would be a taped one, I guess. which would be interesting.
Oh, nice.
I don't even think we even got to talking about growing when I was talking to them.
I'm not super surprised about that. Are you, Red?
We barely even touched the
I think
water.
you did a little bit at the beginning part of their show. I think you did. 'Cause
Yeah.
They were saying what kind of grower, and you went into it a little bit.
You put off this impression, Red, that you grow like 4 plants and have no idea what you're doing. Which
Exactly.
I like that. I like that. Keep it subtle.
Yeah, I mostly talked about fish and put Uncle Rick to sleep. They don't care about our growing. They want to know about us.
I like
it's
that.
a win
That's
if you can keep Uncle Rick in his chair, which you did. That's a win, man. That is a win.
I don't think
he was falling asleep. He was falling asleep on you, Red.
Was
yeah,
he?
Yeah,
Oh yeah, he knocked out for a little while. I was going on about the fucking Georgia pines, the northern pines, the west pines, the
parallels
east pines. There's pines in fucking Canada, there's pines in the fucking east. Chicago burned down, and we used their pines. You got their pines and the pines.
I had a family member come through walking through the woods with me today, and she was pointing out like all kinds of crazy shit. She was like, I swear to God, I probably have like 25 or 50 different pine trees, just all different kinds, man.
Hell
the big
yeah,
towering motherfuckers,
hell yeah,
like the redwood kind, and then all the way down to these weird little ones. So
I got
if you come over to the crib, dude, I have a shovel, I have a bag, I will dig one of these motherfuckers up for you. I've got tall ones, little ones. It's like a Christmas tree farm.
Well, you know,
Scopo.
it sounds like you have a perfect environment for your raspberries.
I do have wild raspberries that are fucking coming up right now as we speak.
Like you have a perfect environment for them. Sounds like
some rhubarb too.
Yeah, I planted some and I let them go a little wild, and they're starting to vine out and stretch, and I'm liking it.
I seen a hummingbird today for the first time. That's always a good day for me. I dig birds, man.
You know, I planted 2 raspberry plants this year. I'm stoked about that. So I've got strawberries, raspberries. Dude, I got to get a video of my strawberries that I've had from last year, not the ones I planted this year, but the ones I have out back in the herb garden. Jesus, there's like, it looks like maybe 8 or 9 plants, but there's like a billion flowers this year.
Dude, Spartan, yeah.
They spread too.
Compared to last year, I'm like tripled in weight. And I like doused them in tea today. I was like, oh man, these motherfuckers are gonna come in.
They're just.
I need to get them before the fucking birds do this year. I don't if I need to net them or what.
Yeah, you need some netting, right?
This is what I do, and it fucking works, man. So wait until you get, wait till your berries are formed and they're green still, and then they haven't started to turn red yet. And then when you have the majority of them have some green berries on it, then go grab some rocks, about strawberry-sized rocks. It doesn't matter what they look like, just the right size. And then get you some red spray paint or any kind of red paint and paint those rocks red, and then sprinkle them throughout your strawberries. The birds will come in and smash up the rocks and think that, oh, that's just rocks. And by the time the berries start turning red, they'll think, oh, those are just rocks.
It might not be a bad idea.
I've heard that. Shit, what the hell kind of cool ass farmer stuff that
probably
you just dropped?
Try.
Right? Remember, you still got your notepad out? Write that down.
Crazy.
Not a bad
Paying attention
idea.
When I said Stockbridge. I went to school in Stockbridge, Michigan.
Never heard that, man.
That's a really good.
That's a good idea. Yeah, get them. Yeah.
The only other options really is those nets. You know, those bird netting or whatever they call it. They use them for trees,
that's what I was
cherry
thinking.
trees and shit like that.
Yeah, the fine
The rock sports, man. But just remember to pick them up, because if you like leave them out the whole year, they're like, no, this is some bullshit, and they'll notice the new ones. But if you just pick them up after you're done getting your strawberries at the end of the year, and then save them for next year, just put them in a bucket or something, and then next year when you see your berries, you just sprinkle them back out again.
What's that called? Isn't it a fancier word than learned behavior, right? Is it just learned behavior? Skilbo, what was it? Pavlov fucking figured it out. Isn't there a word for it?
Pavlovian conditioning is classical conditioning, where you take something that previously meant nothing to the animal and you pair it immediately with a stimulus, thereby the animal making the connection between like a half second of the sound and then something. So I always used to do this. I'll tell you, if I walk up to you and I say Tuscaloosa and I punch you in the face, and I say Tuscaloosa and I punch you in the face, the third time I say Tuscaloosa, you're gonna basically figure out, if you didn't get away from me in the first place, that Tuscaloosa means something bad for you. But if I walk up to you and I say Ozark and I give you $100 bill, and then I take 3 steps away from you and I say Ozark, you're probably going to take a step towards me for the second one. And by the third one, you're going to be trying to tackle me. So that's all about, like, if you want to use classical conditioning, exactly, the hundos, baby, I got those Benjamins for you. But it's all about making associations, and classical conditioning is really, really important in dog training still. people always make it as like a bad thing, but it's not.
Can I comment on the comment of the night from Lucas Gardens that asked Spartan what his Pinterest name was after that?
So funny.
I don't understand it. I never had a Pinterest.
I missed that. Darn it! I don't have.
Where you get these crafty ideas from, Spartan?
Well, crafty? Oh, okay. Sorry, I'm older school than Pinterest.
No, Pinterest is for older school. Don't worry.
It's not for this guy.
Ned brought up the red ornament.
That's how we learned about charcuterie boards, and yeah, the red ornament should work. Right?
I might practice that one this year.
Man, I got a lot of good gardening tips off Pinterest, though. That's a legit site for planting outdoor gardens and everything. That's basically where I got the idea for a lot of stuff I planted outside, not cannabis related, but Pinterest.
Pinterest, yeah.
Back in the day.
Eric is asking, has anybody ever tried roots like ginger or sassafras for FPJ? I have not, but I'm interested in, once I get settled, figuring out what I have growing on my yard naturally already, and then how I can use it in some kind of crazy KNF way.
Fucking Uncle Rick's calling me a boomer. Fucking
He's right. He's right.
Oh, you're dragging him over to our side, man.
I'm gonna say, I'm gonna put it out there, man. It's like I have this weird fascination with old people and how they tell stories. I had a grandfather that lived with us for 10 years, and he would just sit there and tell World War II stories and just stories of his life.
That's awesome.
It's like biographies and stuff. I just love stories about, just it's real to me. It's a real life story. It's not bullshit. It's not, you know.
It's awesome. You can appreciate them and let him keep his
anyways,
dignity.
there's like a little fascination for lost knowledge that's lost. You know, I feel like, oh, I need to talk to these people because they know something that's going to be gone when they're gone, and no one's going to have it.
Is that how you feel about your knowledge now?
That's how I feel about things like the rocks. You know what I mean? It's not something you're going to read in a book likely. It's not something you get a lot of, but it's so easy and anybody can do it, and it's cheap, and it can fucking give you a harvest of strawberries. Reminds me.
I'm going to do it.
That's what I think about a lot of the stuff that we share on the show, right? It's like you're passing on to somebody that will hopefully tell it to someone else and keep all of that stuff going.
People are going to be like, why the fuck do you have red rocks in there? I'll be like, yo, Spartan,
we talked about red rocks twice in the show and two different versions of red rocks.
I'm pretty sure I got that. I like to give credit, and I believe Jerry Baker was where I got that from, who's an old commentator on the old public access TV shows. Like,
oh, so everybody's seen this. That's public access.
I'm just gonna tell him I really like amphitheaters.
Right, exactly. Red rocks.
Red rocks.
Keep up, boomer.
Because I only grow 4 plants. Don't know
what I do. And not very well, right? Exactly.
Then what we got to have is Dan with the red rocks, or taking a picture of his red rocks under his like corn plants because he put them in the wrong place, you know, as a joke.
Man.
But he's enthusiastic and he has the right intention.
Exactly.
And that counts for something.
I am. For sure.
Shit, I can't wait to see what Dan does, because last year, do you want to tell us about that monster plant that you had last year?
Oh, yeah, that big old beast in that 20-gallon cocoa. We're not doing that.
Shed. The plant was a shed.
Yes.
The whole thing was one plant.
It was a monster. And then shaking all them bottles. Those big gallons.
Yeah, man. So we're not doing no big plants like that this year. We're just doing raised beds. We're going to plant directly into the beds from seed. Still, we're a little bit north yet, so we're still a little early for outdoor planting yet, but soon. And yeah, man, hopefully we can find something. Primal Punch F2s is what.
And show us on that hand behind you. Whereabouts? What latitude?
Oh, on the hand.
Wait, there's one behind you. There's one actually right behind you.
Oh, there is. Okay, so
how far up? Go like across, left to right.
You're not being friendly to boomers. You can't see this.
Right there is where we are. We're right about an hour and 15 minutes south of the bridge. So.
Red's like telling on himself. He must have his screen focused on Dan still and can see like how large that is. But to the 9x crew, that's very small.
Yeah, that
very
is
poquito, my friend. Poquito.
Sorry, guys.
Was he pointing at something? I couldn't even find anything on the wall over there.
At least it wasn't the what was it before? It was a dream catcher that looked like a trichome. You used to have a giant trichome on your wall.
She said thing.
Nice.
Okay, we are like right here.
You changed
Perfect.
you changed backgrounds and location more than I do, man. You had that trichome on your wall that one time.
That is
Sometimes you're in your hash
she,
shed.
she moves stuff around. That's what she
yes.
You got to give homage to the Upper Peninsula.
Yeah.
Blame your wife.
We are not that far away from the Upper Peninsula. Wow,
no,
that's
probably not the right spot, but she'll take care of that.
She'll fix it later tonight when she sees it.
Yeah, she's laying in bed and be like, "You idiot."
She's watching this right now. She's gonna type.
Oh yeah, I bet
she's
That bridge is the biggest bridge in the world.
Dude, it's like 150 miles long. It's like 300 miles long.
I didn't even
the
know
largest suspension
that's
bridge in my
fantastic.
living room.
It's like as long as the state is long. It's fucking amazing.
That badass. That's
It's longer. It's like the
you can fit
distance down
Ohio
to
in there.
Tennessee. Yeah, exactly.
we had some glacier movement during the show, so
Holy fuck.
Dude,
Plates
go
are
collect some
moving.
basalt. Quick, get it.
Get that rock dust working.
is that where the wall is, Dan? Just about Shredder. That's
Yeah,
where
Once
they
you get into the knuckles,
That's
it's
about
knuckles.
where the wall is close.
to me it's
further
about US 10 there. That's about where I call down south.
We call it the shotgun line, the rifle line. You can't shoot a rifle
Yeah.
below that line, but
Yeah.
it's a little further south than the 45th parallel. The 45th parallel is still a
This
little
one's
bit
for
further
you,
up.
Uncle Rick.
It sure is, Uncle Rick. Get up into
Get your
that.
geography
But now you
fixed.
can shoot rifles down here if they're cartridge certain rounds. Blah blah blah. Cartridge style rounds.
Yeah, I think it's those fancy pantsy rifles.
How many things can we get into one show?
The AR 223.
Yeah. Probably still can't shoot no 30-aught or 280 down here.
Some proper.
I think it depends on how long the shell is. There's
Maybe.
a lot of.
Okay.
You can do some reading on it.
Grain
22
capacity,
long
stuff
rifles.
like that.
You can do 22 long rifle. I still know a guy, but what do you call it when they load? Is it just called load? When you load your own gunpowder?
Yeah, you
Yeah,
add
reloading.
More, he's adding more grains
Always
to
say
it.
I
so
think he's
yeah.
talking about a muzzle loader.
No, not a muzzle loader. I'm talking
Not a
about
muzzle loader?
He reloads his own jackets. Like he'll save
Yeah,
his
you
jacket.
can reload your own rifle
Okay,
shells,
reloader.
too,
Yeah.
Reload. He's got like the machine, the press thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
You got to be careful with that shit,
he-
though, man. You can't put too many fucking grains in there, or that shit will blow up in your fucking face.
Well,
They weigh 'em.
he
Carried away with
actually
it.
makes special rounds that are like lower, so it's like and you can and you put in your 22 and it makes like no sound. It's fucking nice.
Subsonic. Yeah.
Really?
I always wanted to get a subsonic round and then a silencer because you can get them with a permit, and then you can have a really really quiet.
Now you can quietly kill squirrels in your backyard, right?
Yeah, I mean it was just be. It wouldn't be
Yeah, then
useful
you don't have
for
to worry
anything.
about the neighbors freaking out, because they don't hear shit.
Oh, it would totally
Just
be useful.
cool. It'd be
for the
cool.
backyard, yeah.
I see sequence with like all painted up in like a very Dale Gribble-ish sort of situation,
Dude,
like
I have a
shirtless and all painted up with done
I've
squirrels.
got a whole closet full of camo and suits and shit from when I played airsoft, so I can blend
do
in
you
like
or do you
everything.
not own, or have you ever owned a ghillie suit?
I do
It's
not.
not a
actually.
bad. It's not a bad one for like
Red does, probably.
tent protection.
Red, have you ever owned a ghillie suit? Horse
No,
and round.
dude,
I have like 6 rifles and a bunch of pistols. And
I
stuff.
may
I have
or
a
may
ghillie suit-
not.
I have a ghillie suit within 10 feet of me right now.
Somebody had
Honestly.
one. I may or may not have seen Spartan in a ghillie suit walking through the woods, and it may or may not have actually been Bigfoot.
You would not have seen him, my friend. The ghillie suit hides all.
That's
He even
what I'm
has that
thinking.
weird ass limp that Bigfoot has.
That's exactly why I think that it was Bigfoot.
I think that's called
because
lumbering.
I don't
It's
think
just
I've ever seen
lumbering
a
along
suit
over
with a
there.
ghillie suit.
I only had it for paintball, so it's when I was playing paintball.
It has been a great show, everybody. We are coming up on 2 minutes before we get up out of here. I want to make sure Sequence
I
can
need
grab
to
the reins of
see
this thing.
actual footage of a bear
Right.
walking upright through the woods, but I heard that they actually will walk upright through the woods, like just casually. So I need to see this footage before I can determine this on my own.
Is that a
But
lot
as of
like when
right
a
now,
bear shits in the woods?
similar to it. Still haven't seen that occur
Can you
either,
still
but
smell it?
I think it occurs. So
Does it still
I don't
make a
know.
sound, Red?
yeah,
That's
one way or
it.
another. Either way,
Can you
it was
hear
either
it?
a bear or Bigfoot, and either way, it's pretty scary.
Did
I
it
just want you
shit?
to notice that Yeti is
Did
not
it
on
shit?
camera right
Because
now, so
we
it
know
could be
whether
true.
bears shit or do not shit.
I
in the
should
bush.
have inspected.
Yeah,
the
you
shit,
hear it.
is what I should have done. Could,
Yes.
The footprints. Why not
Ferocious.
footprints?
To
But
make a grunting sound.
it was
A
the middle
series
of
of
winter.
hoots and grunts is all that was heard.
There was snow on the ground. I suppose I could have actually went towards
It
it.
could have just
checked
been
it.
smarter
Melted
than
snow
the
on the
average
ground.
bear, but
Red,
still being a bear.
did
It could have been
Bigfoot-
smarter than the average bear?
Did Bigfoot or did Bigfoot not hurl his poo at you?
Well, Bigfoot did
shit.
not hurl his poo at me.
If it, I was gonna say if it threw poo, I would say that's a
he,
Bigfoot.
he did.
But if it just shit, then that's probably.
I would
not
imagine
fair.
that'd be a Bigfoot. Yeah. Well, that would
It's
be
those
at least
opposable
a lot more
thumbs,
like
man.
a chimpanzee.
Hey, I don't want to
Bigfoot,
run
but-
out of time. I want to pick the winner from the comment from last week.
Yes.
What's
Do
the
it.
Sorry, guys.
Just do it, Tara. Just do it.
Let Tara please take the
Cheers,
show.
Michigan Misfits.
Sorry, guys. So
Oh,
after
please steal the show.
we didn't have that many comments, but the comments that we had were good, and I really liked them. And I went back and forth on which one I was going to pick, and I changed my mind like 3, 4, 5 different times. But the one that stuck out with me was Jason Eyestones. I'm a mom, and it stuck with me in the heart. So I picked his comments. So congratulations, you won the pack of seeds from Abolished.
Why didn't you read the damn comment?
Yeah, what's the
Oh,
comment?
Oh, here we go. Sorry.
Typical
I've got-
Tara fashion on all things here.
It says, I love my mom because she taught me what it means to have good work ethic, even though she left way too soon. 11/9 of 2019, she still continues to teach me things as I get older, and it's awesome to experience being a parent for the first time. So pretty awesome.
Awesome.
Damn, thanks for that, Jason.
Thanks to everyone who dropped a comment. They're
Appreciate
all good comments.
Congratulations, and please DM me your information, and we'll be mailing all the winners of the Grosky Appreciation so far out on Monday.
Thanks. Appreciate all that.
Oh yeah.
Everybody that reached out and gave a comment. It was awesome.
Thanks for picking, Tara. I hate doing.
Oh, sure. I appreciate you guys letting me.
Jason's in the
Hold
chat.
on my
the,
heartstring.
the hearts. So have a great night, everybody. Thank you for joining us. Check out our sponsors, Easy Swap Pots, code MBGS, 2020 Mendocino, and State Genetics. Congrats, Jason. Have a great night.
Hope to see you on Polarity Science.
Later.